Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and once again we are here for yet another movie preview. Summer movie season is in full swing, and believe it or not, we are already in July. I can't believe it myself, but of course we are going to be talking about all the movies coming out in July. And you know, with it being July, I had to bring on two people that are normally here for the July movie preview. They were here for the disastrous one in 2018. They were here for the slightly less disastrous one, aside from the fact my power went out for like 5 seconds, but it's all good. We are going to start things off right now with my first guest here. He seems very distraught to be here. He doesn't like the fact that I forced him onto yet another movie preview. He seems like he's kind of lost hope at this point, but you know what? Maybe introducing himself will give him some light at the end of the tunnel. Here he is. My mortal enemy himself, Jackson Fulcher.
Folks, let me just tell you something right off the bat, right at the very instant of us starting this. I don't want to be here. I'm tired. Got a lot of movies to talk about. And I hate Kevin. We're going to start at 8 o'clock. Oh, wait, I still got to edit these trailers in. 26 minutes later, let's go.
Well, we're ready. We're ready now. That's what's important.
Tired I am. I haven't eaten since
anyway.
12. So I'm here now after a shift at a location 30 minutes from my house. By the way, I was at our sibling location, not at my normal one. Haven't had dinner yet. By the way, it's been 8 hours since I've eaten. I'm hungry and I'm tired. But I'm here.
I mean, you can get up during movie preview when we're watching trailers. Anyway,
move on. Get the fuck out.
Jackson is not the only person that's here with me. There's someone else here that I'm very excited to have on because it's actually been a minute since he's been on not just my channel but these movie previews in general, and finally making his grand return.
Switch here he is. Camera, you fuck.
You know him, you love him. Here he is, 22TigerDude.
Hey there, what's up there, folks? Yeah, this is Tony here, 22TigerDude, and it's been, like what Kevin said, it's been a long time since I've made an appearance here. My last appearance, when it comes to like the movie previews, I think was like a quick little appearance, I think in the December 2019 one. And you know, obviously with all things considered with the pandemic last year too, and I was honest with Kevin about this, I just did not feel like going on the movie preview like at all. I know Kevin tried last year, like I know he really tried to get me on, but I just did not have a single motivation to come on. I just have to be honest, but yeah, it feels good to be back on here, you know, after taking, you could say, a 1.5 year hiatus from the segment. It feels really cool to do this, and obviously I enjoyed doing the July ones too because I'm here with Jackson, my boy. You know, both our birthdays are in July, so you know, with the exception of last year, where you know we just didn't really go on the July movie of last year because you know, well, reasons. You know, it feels.
Oh no, there were all movies came out. There were so many movies to talk about.
Oh, definitely. But yeah. But at least with the exception of last year in July, we could still keep up this tradition. Yes. So yeah, I cannot lie. For half of these movies, I don't have a lot to say. So if I say very little for some of them, it's just because I just don't have the most grandiose of details to really say about them. But yeah, regardless of that, thank you for bringing me on as well, Kevin and Jackson. Let's make this one hell of a movie preview, my man.
All right. Also, Jackson, you should take a tip from Janaea here and eat dinner because apparently they're eating dinner right now. Anyway,
I am eating a cheesecake.
I'm locked in. I can't leave.
I am eating a cheesecake while we're doing this right now.
Well, I'm eating nothing. I'm drinking from something from my work. Anyway,
wow.
We're just going to get right into it right now. So, yeah, as you guys said, there's quite a few films to talk about here. July is a pretty packed month in terms of releases, as it usually is. But I really feel like July has a lot of promise behind it for sure. Starting off with this first movie we're going to be talking about, which is an HBO Max release. It comes out on Thursday, actually, which is July 1st, and it is Steven Soderbergh's next film, No Sudden Move.
We're sending a man that works in an office to pick something up. You are part of a babysitting team watching his family while he does it.
Good morning. Everything is normal, except...
What do you want?
Is that something you'd say? Normal Monday?
I'm gonna shoot you right now.
Can I go home now? Wait at the house after. What do you mean after?
Right off of you.
All right, so No Sudden Move overall. This one I'm definitely very interested in. Now, Steven Soderbergh these days, I'm not going to lie, can be very 50-50 with me. I feel like sometimes he makes a movie and I see there's a lot of passion behind it, and I see that, you know, he's really trying to make something special, and then he'll make something like The Laundromat, which just feels incredibly disposable and just leaves me questioning, like, what the point of it even is. And what I like about this film is that clearly it's trying to be a lot different than some of the other ones he's done. It's more of a like crime thriller, and I think it's going to work really well as that. And also the cast here, I mean, is just absolutely incredible. You have Don Cheadle, Benicio del Toro, David Harbour, John Hamm, Brendan Fraser, Ray Liotta, Julia Fox is in there too. I mean, just a stellar cast overall, and it seems like it's going to work really well as this sort of, you know, gangster-esque film in the 1950s. I think that's really good, but it also seems like it has a little bit more of a wit to it. Like, probably one of my favorite parts of the trailer is like when David Harbour is like punching that guy at the end. He's like, "I'm punching you now," but he's not like actually punching him. I thought that was kind of clever what he ended up doing there. And yeah, I feel there's a lot more passion behind this one. I think this looks like a lot of fun overall. HBO Max has not been amazing when it comes to their original films, but I feel like this can definitely be one of the stronger ones they've done. So I really hope it turns out to be something special, because I think it looks pretty good. But what do you think, Jackson?
Yeah, Soderbergh's really talented. He's got a lot of movies, and because of that, you know, because of how quickly he kind of releases them, at least recently, you know, kind of varies in quality. But you know, I did not see his last HBO Max original film, the Meryl Streep "I'm on a Boat" one, but this one
that was very dull too. I saw that one.
Okay, well, just fucking interrupt me like that. Shit. All right, damn. Yeah, this one though looks like a lot of fun. I like that. It seems like, to tell me I'm wrong if I am, but it seems like he's not shooting on a phone. Mm-hmm. That's good. Looks like good cinematography. Good cast. David Harbour and Benicio del Toro, Don Cheadle, wonderful people. Brendan Fraser. I haven't seen him in forever. I don't watch Doom Patrol, so I haven't seen him in a minute. So that's cool to see him in this. I'm very happy to. Yeah, it just looks like a really interesting movie from him. Especially considering, you know, Meryl Streep on a Boat and The Laundromat recently. Like, this looks like something that could really like properly kind of re-energize him in a way that's like really exciting. Like, well, I'm not a big hater on like some of his previous movies. Like, I found High Flying Bird like solid, and Unsane was pretty good. But this, I think it's just the aspect that he's actually working with like a cinematographer again, and working with like actual like, you know, costume designing for like this old kind of whatever time period it is kind of look, and working with these, you know, really big name actors. I'm just really excited to see him go for that again. Who cares if it's an HBO Max original? I'm an HBO Max original. You don't see me being as terrible as Kevin Falk. So yeah, that's it.
Feeling is mutual, my dude.
Oh, the feeling is mutual. So you understand that you're terrible. Okay, gotcha. You see how that backfired on you just then? You didn't think it through.
Tony, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, No Sudden Move. I gotta admit, this one looks really interesting, and I gotta agree with Kevin. HBO Max hasn't necessarily been the strongest, aside from, in my opinion, American Pickle. I know a lot didn't really care for that one, but I like that one, and Unpregnant as well. I really enjoyed that one a lot. Yeah. Oh, and the Snyder Cut. Thank you for reminding me that. Yeah, that one was really damn good as well. Aside from that, yeah, they haven't been too strong. So I hope this one could be another one to their catalog that's like, oh, that's a really memorable one from them. As far as Steven Soderbergh goes, he's definitely a talented filmmaker for sure. Unfortunately, his films as of late, I still, to be fair, got to catch up on The Laundromat and Unsane. But like the other ones I have been seeing, I haven't been too impressed by, in all honesty. The last Soderbergh movie I was probably truly a fan of was Contagion, and that one is a decade. And that one is a decade old. So I kind of want another hit from Soderbergh at this point. But yeah, I think the trailer looks really promising. You know, it looks like more of a crime drama for Soderbergh. And I'm really looking forward to that. And the cast is like insane. You got Matt Damon, Brendan Fraser, which I'm looking forward to seeing again in the movie because I know he's been doing a lot of TV stuff, but it's just going to be cool to see him in the movie again. And I guess July is the month of Matt Damon and Don Cheadle, which is pretty cool to think. But yeah, you got them, you got David Harbour, you got John Hamm, Benicio del Toro. The cast is just so stacked all around. They all look like they're going to give very interesting performances, and the cinematography itself looks really, really good. And yeah, like what Jackson said, doesn't look like he's really shooting on an iPhone or anything like that, like what he did with High Flying Bird. And
Tony, I you know what? I'm sorry. I need to. I'm sorry to interrupt. It's important. Once again, Steven Soderbergh is the cinematographer. So as far as him working with the cinematographer, that claim I said wrong. He's just working with himself, but he actually bought a camera instead of just using his phone. Okay, proceed.
Okay, no, that's fine. Thank you for clarifying.
Wow, so it's not rude when I interrupt, but it's
because you don't interrupt with useful information. You interrupt with, oh yeah, I agree. Like, here's my opinion. All of a sudden.
Okay. Well, my point is, yeah, you know, he's not working with an iPhone for what I can tell in this trailer, which is nice, honestly, you know, and I like the setting, the time period that this is set in. So, yeah, I think this all has the making to be at least hopefully a very solid movie. So I am definitely really looking forward to No Sudden Move. I hope it could be the strong start for the month of new releases.
All right, so if you guys are looking forward to No Sudden Move, it does come out on July 1st. Hoping this can be, as Tony said, a really solid film for HBO Max because they don't have many of them. All right, so the next film we're going to be talking about, if you recall, the last movie preview, we talked about a certain movie, and none of us ended up introducing it because it is a film that enrages a certain individual. Well, there's another film this month that enrages a certain individual, and because of that, we can't be the ones to introduce it, especially because the last movie that came out before this, the last movie, you know, from this particular series is probably, his rant is probably one of the greatest moments in the entire years of the movie preview. So we, of course, had to bring him back once again. Here he is. Please tell them who you are.
This is fucking long. Okay. I was fucking forced to do this shit. I didn't want to fucking do this. Why the fuck am I here? But no, you have to bring back bad memories from 4 years ago so I can relive that trauma. So here I fucking am, and here we fucking go. What the fuck is the full title for this movie? Let me fucking look it up. Oh yeah, what the
wow,
fuck
you're really
is
prepared.
Fucking... Oh yeah, here we go.
I think he's just as prepared as you are.
Yes, y'all, here we fucking go. Ladies and motherfucking gentlemen, the Boss Baby Family Business. Woo!
Walk in the building, I own it.
Uncle Ted, I missed you so much.
That's my girl.
Woohoo!
You can't solve everything with money.
But you can, Tim.
You haven't changed at all.
Excuse me, I hate to interrupt, but
What the frittata?
I'm in the family business. And now you work for me, boomers.
Let's roll. Is that me?
Baby Corp needs you to drink this formula for one last mission.
You want me to be a baby again?
I'm texting him!
Give me that flock of seagulls. Hey!
The boss is back, baby!
Bro, I fucking forgot that We Are Young is in that trailer. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Okay, first of all, that fucking song does not deserve to be in something as shitty as this. 2, look, I ended up seeing the first one, and it's not a good film. It's not as bad as I was fearing it was going to be back in 4 years ago when I was 14. I'm 18 now, and we got the sequel. And this movie looks even fucking worse. This makes me want to break my laptop screen again, okay? Like listen.
Iconic moments.
Listen, even Elmo doesn't want to make an appearance this time because of how bad it is. Like he's too embarrassed, okay? Like, motherfucker, like I just can't. Like, listen, I don't have anything else to fucking say. I didn't want to fucking be here. This fucker made me introduce this fucking movie. He's like, no, you want to join for Space Jam, a new legacy? No, you have to do it for the boys, baby. Like fuck you, you fucking bitch. I got nothing to fucking say.
Yeah, I mean, you can stay for Space Jam.
No, I'm not, because you fucking abused me tonight, Kevin. Okay, fuck you.
All
Listen,
right.
Fuck this fucking movie. I don't have anything else to fucking say. I don't even want to fucking be here with this fucker first. Those are my fucking social medias. Fuck all of it. No, actually, no, fuck you, Kevin.
Wow, it's not like we had an agreement to where he's gonna come on for like every movie preview to talk about a shitty movie. But anyway, the Boss Baby Family Business. I'll keep it short because I don't really have much to say here. I haven't seen the first one, so I can't really say much about this at all. Aside from the fact that the trailer makes it look really fucking stupid. The concept is really dumb. What they're doing, they're like adults now, and they're like morphed back into babies. I don't know what's going on here, but I don't have much to say. Like I said, I haven't seen the first movie. I will have seen the first movie by Wednesday because I believe we're going to be watching it together. That's going to be an amazing experience. But yeah, not much to say. So Jackson, please stop mocking me and talk about the movie.
Jackson, please stop mocking me.
I don't talk like that.
Look, I saw the Boss Baby. Not in theaters. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Not even in good quality. Oh, bummer. Great film. Just kidding. It's a piece of shit. It was fucking terrible. The fact that they apparently it did well. I don't remember it doing well, but I guess it did. So we got another one. I remember the announcement. I was on the bus going home and I saw the fucking announcement. I was like, fuck this. And I jumped out of the bus, broke my leg, ended up in the hospital, all because of the Boss Baby Family Business. Jeff Goldblum is in this, which is kind of funny. I don't think he'll be funny in the movie. What's her name? Princess Carolyn is in it. She's a funny lady, at least in that show. I don't care. Don't besmirch her name in the Boss Baby too. Not gonna be good in this. James Marsden, I guess, is replacing Tobey Maguire because Tobey Maguire is too busy shooting Spider-Man 3. Oh wait, no, he's not. Wink. I don't know, man. Fuck this. It looks terrible. It's got the same creative team behind it, so I'm sure it's going to be even worse. I think maybe just, I don't know. There's parts of the trailer where I was like, damn, this looks so fucking bizarre for the idea itself is bizarre, but like it seems like they're just pushing it, so maybe there's like some merit, but I just feel like they don't have the right sense of humor for it, you know. They're pandering a little too much to kids. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. It looks so fucking bad that I don't even want to be here anymore.
No, we're not doing that. Oh, no, everyone's gone. I don't know what I'm going to do. They were jokingly saying that they were going to do that, and then they did. I don't know what happens now. Oh, good, he's back.
Yeah, I came back.
Oh, thank God.
Tony, question, did you actually leave?
I did.
Nice.
I was hyperventilating. I was
you know what? Let's leave again.
Let Tony talk about the movie.
I'm sorry, Tony.
Yeah. So yeah, Boss Baby. The movie was so good that Tobey Maguire didn't even come back for the sequel. But yeah, No, in all seriousness, I really hated the first one. I had the pleasure of watching it in theaters, and yeah, I really couldn't stand the experience of watching it. And I remember when they announced a sequel, and they literally said it was literally going to come out in 2021. So crazy to think I read that announcement 4 years ago. But yeah, we're in 2021 now. It's coming out. And despite how I felt about the first, when I watched the trailer, I was literally hoping, hey, you know what? Hopefully this shows a lot of promise. I try to be optimistic with as much as possible with things. So I'm like, okay, please be good. Please be good. I don't want this movie to be bad, but I gotta be honest. I saw the fucking trailer and I thought it was bad. These movies are just not for me. I'm sure there's gonna be some out there that are fans of them, and if you are, good for you. We all have different tastes after all, but yeah, I'm personally dreading this movie so much. And good thing is it's coming to Peacock, so I don't really have to feel the need to go see it in theaters. I can just watch it at home, so that's a plus. But aside from that, I really just am not looking forward to this. I hope the movie itself maybe won't be too bad, but the marketing has not given me a lot of confidence in it. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Why is this a thing? What? Just why?
Boss Baby 2 hype, I guess. Boss Baby 2 hype. Gonna be great. Now, in all seriousness, if you guys are looking forward to the Boss Baby 2 Family Business, it does come out on July 2nd. As Tony said, it also will be coming onto Peacock at the same time. If you guys are looking forward to it, watch it then. We will have to see how it does turn out. But now we're going to be talking about another sequel that's coming out on July 4th weekend. Really great weekend for movies, honestly. Really great films coming out, such as this next one that Jackson's going to introduce.
I think I know what the next one is. When I left the StreamYard link, it got rid of the chat, so I don't have the list anymore. Epic fail.
Oh, great.
Doesn't matter if that fails. But this next one is The Forever Purge.
Help me! Help me! The purge is over, please!
No, it ain't.
So I spent this past month of June rewatching Purge movies with my good friend FilmFan0599, and they're fucking terrible movies. I was surprised though that when I rewatched them, there was at least some things that kind of stuck out. Like, you know what, that's not a bad idea, or that's not a bad aspect of these movies. The best one is the last one, the first Purge, but it's still fucking terrible. But I was hoping that the TV show, the Purge TV show, would be the end of the Purge franchise. Once it got canceled, I was like, cool. I'm not rewatching. I'm watching the show. I'm on the last 2 episodes. Fucking terrible as well. But then, of course, the Forever Purge got an announcement. Oh shit! The next Purge movie from acclaimed fucking producer Jason Blum. Fucking great guy, right? Always knows what's best with R, right, guys? Started hyping it up. He released a weird fucking Instagram video of him announcing the trailer. I watched the trailer and it looks fucking embarrassing. It looks like a worse quality version of a TV show episode of The Purge. I'm not even joking. The Purge TV show looks better than the footage in this fucking trailer. Like, I'm not even fucking joking. It looks that fucking bad. The idea itself of the Purge is just so stupid, and the ways they try to explain it, the ways they could explain it that could make it make sense, they don't go for it, and instead they just want to focus on, let's just get to everybody being a fucking psycho and acting the exact same way, and with cringy dialogue, horrible filmmaking. It's embarrassing, and it's gotten even fucking worse. I know Jason Blum has been around recently going like, I don't know, the potential for the Purge franchise is endless, and it's like, bruh, end it right now. No one wants this shit anymore. God damn it. Like, you're running out of ideas so bad that this new Purge movie is them just, like, extending the Purge. It's Purge all the time. It's like, you're done. The show got canceled because no one's watching it. I don't think anyone gives a fuck about these movies, dude. Fuck. The Purge. This shit sucks so bad. And Jason Blum constantly acts like he's baller, you know what I mean? Like, every time I see Jason Blum trying to promote his new projects or whatever, I don't know. He might be a nice guy, but he just carries around this arrogance of like, that's right, I'm Jason Blum, producer of the fucking Purge. Here's another Purge movie, motherfucker. Oh yeah, you thought that first Halloween movie was passable? That's right, I'm bringing classics back, baby. Here's another one. Here's fucking Truth or Dare, Fantasy Island. I make the good shit. Man, fuck you. This looks so bad that I don't even want to be here anymore.
No, we're not doing that again.
No, I'm not going to do that. But I could have. I could have, because this is so awful. Sorry to take up a lot of time, but fuck. The guy from Ford v Ferrari is in this, and I guess he's supposed to be the main character hero. I mean, I don't know, man. I have nothing bad to say about the actors, I guess. Wait, I do. And it's more so a dialogue thing. End of the trailer. There's this white guy. He's got a Mexican lady in his arm going like, speak English, and he starts to get taken out by another Mexican, and the guy comes up and is like, does this translate? And fucking shoots him. Horrible way to end the trailer. Horribly cringy. Terribly on the nose. Not subtle at all. Oh my god. But what else do you get from Blumhouse, baby? Fuck yeah. Die, The Purge, and Blumhouse Pictures, just burn it all down.
So I can't say that no one has seen the Purge show because my girlfriend literally just got done watching it. I'm not gonna watch it.
Seen the Purge show.
I'm not gonna watch it though because I don't give a fuck. That being said, yeah, this looks pretty terrible. Look, I've only seen the first Purge and the original Purge. I haven't seen the sequels. I'm probably gonna finally watch all of them like before this movie, but that's gonna be a rough viewing, I feel like, and it's kind of crazy that it will be because to me, at least, this absolutely looks like the worst one. I mean, look, at least the other ones, like the concept of the Purge isn't a horrible idea. Like you can have crime, like all crime is legal.
It's a horrible idea.
24 hours, and you can kind of see
it's the worst.
You can kind of see like you know what that can do to others and things like that. But taking it this far to the point where it's done and they're like, oh no, it's gonna continue. Like it just feels so fucking forced and tired at this point. This film, I mean, it looks less like a Purge movie and more like a fucking Mad Max movie. It's so stupid what's going on here, what they're actually trying to do. I don't know why they're continuing to milk this franchise. Nobody cares about them. Nobody goes to really see them. I don't even feel like the first Purge, the last one, I don't think it even did all that well, like financially. So like, I don't really have any faith in this at all. It feels like they're just kind of doing it because why the fuck not? Tradition, I guess. So we just have to always have a Purge movie coming out on the 4th of July. So cool, I guess. This looks like shit, and I am very much not excited for this at all. Might be my least anticipated the entire month, honestly. It might just be because it looks pretty terrible.
God, bro. This weekend, aside from no sudden move, this 4th of July weekend, just I can't. I just can't. Look, yeah, this franchise. I know it has its fan base and all that, but I am not one of them. I really can't stand this franchise. I actually finally watched the first Purge with Film Fan and Jackson just a couple of weeks ago because I was so unmotivated to watch the first Purge that I literally had to sit with them. And you know what? I'm glad I did because, well, one, no surprise, I hated the first Purge. That was terrible. Jackson could attest to how much I love that movie.
Oh yeah, he was loving it.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm glad because at least I got to make our funny commentary with Jackson and Film Fan, so that was a blast. But watching the movie itself, just no. And this one looks so straight to DVD. I can't even believe it's getting a theatrical release. Like, why isn't this like on Netflix or Hulu? I don't know what. Honestly, this looks so bad. It shouldn't even be on those streaming services, but I just like remember when election year was supposed to be like the last one. Remember those days? Yeah, I miss those days where it was supposed to be the last one. But no, we get the first Purge, and now we're getting the Forever Purge. And it's all like, stop just milking this franchise, dude. I personally just do not give a fuck about this franchise. And this somehow looks like it could be the worst. And that's saying something. That's really, really saying something. But yeah, this looks like it could be the worst. And I'm personally just dreading the hell out of it. This one and Boss Baby 2 this weekend. I just, oh man, words just cannot express how much I'm literally dreading this one and Boss Baby 2.
It's a good time to be going to the movies.
Yeah, what a great 4th of July weekend this is going to be. Am I right? But yeah, I think I said when. I think let's say what I need to say though. It looks so stupid. The dialogue, what Jackson said about the ending of that trailer, one of the stupidest things I've seen in a fucking trailer. Oh my god! And the acting, no disrespect to the actors, but it looks terrible all around. So not
this is the Forever Purge.
Oh god, shut up.
But does it translate, Tony?
Oh my god. So yeah, not looking forward to this one at all.
If I can add one more thing, I'm going to add one more thing. Is that when I was watching these movies with Film Fan 0599, I call them triples. We're going to call them triples. When I was watching with triples, I was like, man, I'm always more interested in just seeing how this actually came to be, like actually realistically doing it, because they always like try to pull up like some statistics. They always try to do some parallel to the real world. But I'm like, I want to see beat for beat, using realistic kind of real world logic, how a purge could actually come to be. But instead, you know, Jason Blum and everyone at Blumhouse is always just focused on, let's get to the murders, let's get to everyone acting like a fucking psycho. The first Purge movie, the 2013 one, completely wasted the premise because they didn't know what they fucking had yet. You know, because they're always trying to be cheap as fuck. And now they're still trying to be cheap as fuck, but now they just don't care anymore. I don't know. Yeah, just fuck these movies. I want them to be different. The first Purge, 2018, you know, they had a chance. They had a chance to actually explain it realistically in a way that was like actually kind of clever. Like, oh, that's neat. And instead they were like, oh, well, it came to be because of some bullshit we made up on the spot. Man, fuck these movies.
Yeah.
All right, so if you are looking forward to the Forever Purge, I'm sure there's fans out there, believe it or not. I'm sure there are.
Yes, and his name is Jason Blum.
Yes, for Jason Blum only. It comes out on July 2nd. I guess look forward to it. Again, very strange it's getting a theatrical release because I don't feel like these movies do all that well, but whatever. It's coming out then. Also coming out, though, on July 2nd is another movie that was supposed to come to theaters, and now it's not. It's an Amazon original, but Tony here's going to introduce it.
And the movie I'm going to be introducing is The Tomorrow War.
Edge of Tomorrow?
30 years in the future, we are fighting a war. Our enemy is not human, and we are losing. We need you to fight.
I will be back. And I love you, Chickpea.
7 days from now, when you're sent into that war, you won't be fighting for your country. You'll be fighting for the world.
Is it all right? Yeah, going to war. Stop talking. Listen.
Sorry, I mean, when I'm nervous, I talk. I'm like a 97 on the nervous scale.
That should be fun.
All right, so with The Tomorrow War, Like Kevin said, this was supposed to be theatrical, and I do remember hearing about this one at that time. Just, of course, wasn't sure when it was going to properly come out, but it finally is, and it's going to come to Amazon Prime now. And watching the trailer, I think it has a lot of potential for sure, but I don't know. The marketing just hasn't really been doing it for me. The storyline just kind of looks really basic, like execution wise. I feel it just kind of looks more basic and just like really predictable. Like obviously the acting doesn't look too bad. You know, you got Chris Pratt, who I'm sure is going to do a really good job because he's already been proven to be a really good leading man. And you also have like J.K. Simmons, you have Betty Gilpin, you have a lot of people here that are really talented. But yeah, the storyline itself does not look interesting to me. And I gotta be honest, visually, it looks very, very subpar. Like at best, it just looks very subpar on a visual standpoint. So as much as I want to look forward to it because it does have a lot of talented people in it, I'm just not really expecting much. But I hope when I do get around to watching it on Prime that maybe it could be that nice, pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you, honestly. This is a film that, like, I want to be really excited for. I want to, go into July 4th weekend and be like, all right, this is the one that I will be watching, the day it comes out. And I will definitely be watching it, but I'm just not on that excitement level that I really want to be. And again, I think what it really is that it does feel quite generic in terms of a story where it's like, oh, you have these time travelers from like the future, and basically, Chris Pratt has to go back in time and like be the only hope for survival and take them down. And it's like, I feel like we've seen this concept done to death. It's been done a lot. And not only that, you have like a generic like father-son story, it feels like, where he's trying to like make amends with his dad, and he's like kind of using this as a way to do that. And again, I mean, we do have a good cast here, like Chris Pratt, Yvonne Strahovski, J.K. Simmons, Betty Gilpin. Sam Richardson looks like he's going to be kind of fun. I enjoyed some of his lines in the trailer, but really other than that, this just isn't really grabbing me in the way that I wanted to. And to be honest, it does kind of feel like a film that would normally go on a streaming service based on visual style alone. It just doesn't really look like anything that great. And I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't all that great, because I'll be for real with you. Like, I think Amazon's been kind of struggling this year in terms of movies. They've had a few that have been good, but they haven't really had a lot that have really done it for me. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Tomorrow War is yet another misstep from Amazon, because again, I'm just not really getting excited for this one in the way I want it to be. So I think it's a good concept, but overall, not that excited.
The thing about this is that the only thing that I'm really excited about is Chris McKay is directing it, and he did the Lego Batman movie. I think it's going to be interesting to transition from the visual, let me rephrase, more animated, CG animated movie and crafting action scenes in that, to actually doing it with live action footage this time, crafting a lot of visual effect shots in a live action big budget movie. I think that's going to be exciting to see him try to pull off. I like seeing Chris Pratt and stuff. It might be entertaining just because of that. Honestly, I feel like it looks all right visually. Like, I don't really have much of a problem with that, at least right now. At least from what they've been showing off, it looks like it could be fun. I'm worried about the screenwriter, though. That's my main issue. I think looking at the story, like from the trailer, like it looks pretty like basic. Like, he kind of like, okay, it's not too complex a thing, even for like a time travel thing. I'll repeat right now, it looks like it's not too complex of like a time travel thing for a screenwriter like this guy to fuck up. I don't think I've even seen the two movies that the screenwriter wrote, but I just saw that they did not get the best of reviews. So I was like, ugh, that's a little worrisome, but hopefully Chris McKay can pick it up, and, just like fun action can do that too. I'm actually worried about the humor of the movie. If I'm going to be completely honest, I don't remember a single line I laughed at, and Sam Richardson, someone I do let, what fucking face are you making? I'm sorry.
Oh,
I gotta stop. Okay. What fucking face are you making? What are you doing?
I saw Voyagers. I saw Voyagers, and I thought it was like the Voyagers that came out this year, but it's a Voyagers that hasn't come out yet. because I was looking into this guy's filmography.
Wait, I'm sorry. I just came back from using the restroom. Why was Jackson sign about?
Tony,
What was
Tony,
Jackson
so
sign about?
here I am talking, and I keep looking over, and Kevin's like is making fucking faces. I'm like, what is he doing? And he's like, oh, I was looking at something. Sorry. It's like,
no, I was looking at the screenwriter to see what he did.
Turn your camera off if you're gonna make faces like, ooh, oh, look at me. It's like, what? It makes me think like, what are you reacting to? What I'm saying? What are you doing? I don't. Oh.
Are you like
Anyway,
that fascinated by Jackson?
Sorry. Moving on. Yeah, a lot of the humor, pretty much all of it, just doesn't really look like it's landing. A lot of like groaners, Sam Richardson, who I usually like seeing and stuff. It seems like from what they're promoting, it seems like they're just playing them up like, well, I'm the nervous guy, and I'm not usually into military combat, so we're gonna be running around, learn to be a badass, but not really a badass because I'm still a comedic relief. I'm not as badass as Chris Pratt. That guy's extremely badass. Chris Pratt wrote the script I'm reading off of right now. He's fucking gorgeous. Mwah. That's my impression of him in this movie. No one can be as badass as Chris Pratt. I'm gonna bet. And also Betty Gilpin, I'm disappointed that she's just wife left behind because she's badass as well. If you've seen The Hunt, once again, could be a surprise little twist like, oh, actually, she does have an action scene or 2 or 30. And I'm like, oh, cool. But I don't know. No, I don't know. A little waste of talent there, but it's hard to fault the movie just for that. But anyways, it looks promising. I can't really say I'm fully like guaranteed this is going to be a blast all the way through because I can't say that yet, but I want this to succeed only for Chris McKay because I think he's talented. And fuck you, Kevin, for making fucking faces during that whole fucking thing. What the fuck are you doing? Just like, oh yeah, look at that. Oh wait, I was looking at his filmography. I'm sorry.
I was literally looking at his filmography. Anyway, if you are looking forward to The Tomorrow War, it does come out on Amazon on July 2nd. Hopefully it turns out to be really good, but we will just have to see. Also coming on July 2nd is, this one is very interesting because it's a film that is simultaneously releasing in both theaters and on Hulu, and it's a new documentary called Summer of Soul.
6 weekends of major artists.
The Panthers were the security and kids were sitting up on the trees. I was nervous. I didn't expect a crowd like that. Something very important was happening. It wasn't just about the music.
1969 was a change of era in the black community.
The styles were changing.
Music was changing.
And revolution was coming together.
We are a new people.
So, Summer of Soul, this is one that I'm actually very interested in. Similar to last month, where we had a documentary that was supposed to be at Sundance that I didn't end up watching because I didn't get to. We have yet another one with Summer of Soul, and similar to the Sparks Brothers, which I actually just saw yesterday. This actually looks really good. I think this sounds like a very interesting documentary about this concert that I guess a lot of people didn't know happened, and now we're finally getting to see it for the first time. I think that's really cool for sure. What it did for it was called the Harlem Culture Festival, and what it did for like the Black community and things like that. That's something I'm very interested in diving deeper into, but it also seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. Like the music here, definitely, I'm really getting into it from the trailer and things like that. Questlove, who's directing it, I believe is he's a musician himself. He's a jazz musician. So I'm very excited to see what he ends up doing in terms of directing here. And yeah, overall, I mean, there's not a lot I'm looking forward to coming on July 2nd, but this is the one that I actually do think has a lot of potential behind it. So yeah, mark me down for excited for this one.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. When I was watching the trailer, I was like, man, this is interesting. I can't recall ever hearing about this. Then again, there is a lot of history that has not been told, whether it be like major or even like a concert like this. But that'll be exciting to see that story finally told. It looks like the footage they have looks great for it, so it's probably going to be well edited together and well presented. that's about it. That's all I gotta say. It probably looks like it's gonna be a good documentary. It's gonna get some good music and a good story to be told. That's the thing about doing documentaries on here, is that, like, you know, with everything else, it's like, oh, we can talk about, like, you know, directing choices with the within the trailer, how they're promoting, like, you know, cinematography or editing, or like even the performances so far, potential story. But with documentaries, it's just like, yeah, it could be a neat story to be finally told. And you know,
this is a big one.
I mean, sure. I mean, yeah, I can agree with that, but I'm just saying, like, in general, for me personally, it's like, I don't know, like, yeah, it looks like I'm glad the story's being told, and it looks like it could be fun, but I have nothing else to really go off of, because documentaries, you know, I don't watch a lot of them. That's on me. But also, it's just like, you know, it's not really what I do in a lot of my time watching any documentary. You know, it's select few.
That's fair.
But I you know, I'm sure there are bad documentaries. I will say that there's like poorly put together, not thought out, researched ones. But those we don't talk about. You know, they kind of get forgotten. With this, it's like, oh yeah, it's probably gonna be good.
Right.
End of segment. Sorry to go on so long. This is really just me reaching out to Kevin to let him know to edit these movie preview lists.
Man, I know we just had Soul last year, but I wasn't expecting to get a sequel this fast.
Damn.
Oh my god!
It's the summer of Jamie
Well, it does have Questlove, so I mean that does kind of work.
It's the summer of them and Graham Norton sailing around.
But yeah, in all seriousness, this actually does look really promising. Like, I was actually really impressed, because I have heard about this, but I never really watched a trailer for it. But, you know, I gotta say, thanks to this movie preview, I am glad I saw the trailer, because I definitely think it looks fascinating. Similar to what Kevin said, I don't think I've ever really heard of the Harlem Cultural Festival, but seeing that it's a festival that really celebrates the African-American music and culture, and just being like a really huge celebration of that, I think is genuinely great. And, you know, just seeing like all these footages that I guess were filmed like years ago and all that, and we're just like seeing them, I think is genuinely fascinating. And yeah, with documentaries, the last few years, I've been finding an appreciation for documentaries. So this is something I could probably see myself watching later down the line, because I do try to slowly get into more documentaries these days. So, you know, whenever I get around to this, I hope it definitely is something that really catches my attention, because, you know, like I said, I think everything from like the footages and all that, I feel like it's something that will really grab my attention. So yeah, looking forward to Summer of Soul.
You see, this is my problem, because I don't watch documentaries. I just wait for the movie adaptations of documentaries. So whenever the movie adaptation of Summer of Soul comes out, then I'll have more to say.
I remember that. How Won't You Be My Neighbor? I remember that. That was really funny. Anyway, if you guys are looking forward to Summer of Soul, it does come out on July 2nd. Like I said, you can watch it either in theaters or on Hulu. So very excited for this one for sure. Now, this next one we're talking about, it's a bit of a complicated release, because technically we're about to talk about 3 movies, but because it's 3 different movies, it's kind of complicated as to like when we're supposed to talk about it. So this is where we're going to be talking about this trilogy of films that's going to be coming out throughout the month that Jackson's going to introduce.
Fear Street! Hey, I'm real hyped.
Tonight is Sunnyvale versus Shadyside. Red versus blue.
More like
Good
Shadyside.
versus evil. We commencate color.
Are you okay? That was 1978. 5,937 days ago.
I'm really excited for Fear Street. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I've grown up not reading Fear Street. That's the thing I should clarify. I'm not really excited because I'm a big fan of Fear Street. I've never read a Fear Street book. The only R.L. Stine series is I read were the Goosebumpses and Rotten School. Now that was some high tier shit right there. But yeah, I've got a great love for R.L. Stine. I appreciate the man a lot. So when I found out that they were making like movies based off of Fear Street, or not, maybe not specific. I don't think it's specifically like specific books. I think it's just like an overall thing. But I'm really excited because for the longest time, there's been this little hope in me that we could get like, you know, the Goosebumps TV show. If we could get like a more modern version of that, but with like maybe a little bit more edge. And obviously they announced like a couple months ago or something, they're going to be doing something with like Disney Plus or something like that for Goosebumps. Or maybe it wasn't Disney Plus. Maybe it was just a producer of like some of the newer Goosebumps, whatever. I don't want it to be like kiddie. I don't want it to be like that. I want it to at least push the boundaries of like, hey, this, you know, kids can watch this, but we're gonna throw some horror at their ass. And obviously the Fear Street movies that are about to come out are rated R. So obviously,
I was about to say
Disney's not going to do that, but at least it paves the way of like, see, this is, you can make like a slightly more tame version of that for like Goosebumps, which excites me. I'm just really excited to see some R.L. Stine goodness on the screen. It looks really great. I think filmmaking, I believe they're all made by the same people or something like that, but it looks really fantastic. I like the idea of traveling different times in the past just to explore like this serial killer story. I think that's really fantastic. They got a great cast here. Gillian Jacobs is there, Maya Hawke, the girl from Stranger Things, someone who was in The Woman in the Window recently, a couple other people. I think this could be shaping up to be really fun. I really like just how all of a sudden they're like, hey, we got a whole trilogy here, but we're not going to release it like yearly or even monthly. It's literally week after week after week. That's exciting. I do like that Netflix has given them the opportunity to do that. I'm just hoping for a really fun time because this whole trilogy looks like something that's going to be like right up my alley. You know what I mean? And I just hope it paves the way for more cool R.L. Stine stuff being brought to the big screen because I love the man. I do want to go back and read some of those Fear Street books. There's a lot of them, and I'm broke, so it might take a while, but you know, the motivation is there. I'm just, I think also like the potential for like maybe not kids, but like some people who are teenagers seeing this movie, like R.L. Stine, who is that? And maybe like if they hadn't been exposed to Goosebumps, like actually like going through and all of his bibliography and just like gaining an appreciation for him. I think he's a great guy. Look, hold on. I'm even so supportive of him. Hold on one second. I even bought, for some reason, his 3 graphic novels that came out like very recently. They're being made. These will also be made into like TV shows. But yeah, like it's cool.
I hadn't even heard of those.
It's so cool. Look at this one. It's so cool. Anyways,
those covers are actually really cool.
Yeah, I like those.
Look at it. Hold on, let me show you. Yeah, look. But this is my favorite. This is easily my favorite. Yeah, this is really. What a man! What a world!
Yeah, so Jackson's really dreading this trilogy.
All right. Yeah, I'm really excited for this a lot. Similar to reasons that Jackson said, I'm a big fan of R.L. Stine. When I was a kid, you know, I used to watch like Goosebumps back in the day and things like that. But of course, I mean, I think we all can pretty much agree that like it's not really scary. We don't really watch it.
Yes, it
because
is.
Goosebumps
Sloppy is the scariest motherfucker I have ever seen. Reading and watching.
So scary.
Yes.
We don't really watch them because they're scary. We watch them because they're entertaining and creative and things like that. So seeing him actually dabble into a more like adult side of things, I really like that a lot. And the fact that this is kind of like a rarity where we're getting a trilogy of films back to back, I think is really cool. And I'm excited to see how it really does turn out. You got some really great actors here. Gillian Jacobs, Sadie Sink, Fred Heckinger. I believe you said Maya Hawke's in there as well. So that's really cool. I'm very excited to see
that.
I'm very excited to see how this turns out, and especially like how all 3 of these stories are going to coalesce, because obviously it's a trilogy of films. Eventually, it's going to come together that way. So I really hope this turns out really good. I think it has a lot of potential behind it. Again, it's going to be really cool to see a more adult side of R.L. Stine, see if he can actually scare you. And I hope it really does deliver, because I think it has a lot of potential. So definitely one of the few things this week, at least, that I am looking forward to.
So I have heard about this. I haven't seen the trailer for this, well, until the movie preview. Thanks a lot, Kevin. But yeah, I have heard about this all over like social media, like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all that. But I thought it was just like at first one singular movie. But then I found I read articles about how, oh, it's actually going to be a trilogy event, but it's going to be one every week for the next 3 weeks. I'm like, oh, that's unique. I don't think I've heard of that idea before. And I like that each installment is going to be in a different time period. I really gotta admire that a lot. That being said, I think this looks all right.
I knew that's where you're going.
I don't think the execution looks that great, to be honest. There were some kills where I'm like, really? But then again, sometimes I feel like I could be like too critical when it comes to like horror franchises, but I don't know. I thought there were some parts that really kind of stuck out as dumb to me. I do like that it's pushing, for the R rating when it comes to like R.L. Stine material. I'll definitely give it that much credit. But I don't know. Just personally for me, I'm just not as excited as you and Jackson, and I'm sure the majority are. But if I do watch these, I definitely hope I'll enjoy them, because I don't want to just watch a movie and go like, oh yeah, I don't enjoy this. I'm rooting for myself to enjoy these. Just at the moment, my expectations aren't that high. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I think it's a cool idea though. I'll definitely give it that. Never seen something like it before.
You're breaking my goddamn
heart.
I
I really hope this does end up delivering for sure. If you guys are looking forward to Fear Street, it comes out not once, but it comes out this week, it comes out next week, and it comes out the week after that. So definitely look forward to it. I really hope this trilogy does end up being very successful for sure, but we will have to see. The next film we're going to be talking about, though, is yet another Sundance-related film that I did not get to see. And Tony, who also saw some Sundance films, didn't get to see this one either. But you know what? He's going to be the one to introduce it anyway.
Oh, yeah. And that film is going to be First Date.
I know you're thinking paint's kind of faded and the chrome's not so bright, but this thing runs like a scalded dog. What do you say?
I'll be there around 8.
No problem.
Where's the car? If I'd have known, you think for 1 second I would have sold that kid the car?
If I don't get my drugs, I'm gonna kill everyone.
Oh, sorry, that's right. I'm talking. Yeah, First Date.
I was like, we're just sitting in silence.
But yeah, as Kevin said, yeah. I didn't see as many Sundance movies as Kevin did, of course, but I did see like a few, and that was definitely a fun first-time experience for this year. It's definitely one of the highlights for me so far. But yeah, with this one, I haven't seen this one, but I remember when I was looking through the Sundance catalog, seeing like the name of it on there, but seeing what it actually looks like finally, I do think there's potential for it, but to be honest, I'm not all that captivated by it. It just looks fine at best. I think the acting looks really good. I'll say that. I don't think anyone's really bad on a performance standpoint, but storytelling wise and comedy wise, just I don't know if it's just a matter of the trailer, but just looks a little all over the place, to be honest, for me to have for it to have my full undivided attention.
Yeah, I mean, my thing with this one is that this was definitely one that I wanted to watch at Sundance, similar to Summer of Soul. I just didn't get the chance to, but watching the trailer now, I think my biggest thing with this movie, and maybe this is just the trailer, but my general impression is that I already feel like this is a movie that would work a lot better as a short film than a feature film, because I just don't really see where this is really that many avenues for this to go. You have this guy, he's going on a date with this girl, and he's got these great plans, and then they're hijacked by these like criminals, and it's like, how long can that really stay entertaining? How long can that really stay interesting? I don't know. I think the acting looks pretty good here. The humor isn't really doing it for me, I have to say. I didn't really laugh much in the trailer, but we'll have to see how this one turns out. But right now, looks all right.
I was getting major breaking news in Yuba County vibes, which is bad.
Oh no.
I don't know if anyone's seen it. It's a bad movie. Except it feels more cheap than Yuba County, if that's even possible. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Like, seeing the trailer open up, I was like, what the fuck is this? Why are we fucking talking about this? And then the trailer progresses, and it's like, okay, there's, some like thrills, like a comedic kind of thrill, like an early 2000s feeling, kind of like wacky situational comedy thing, but it's like a thriller. It's like, whatever. It just, in the trailer, there's like these weird editing moments. The movie just looks pretty cheap overall. The actors, I think, aren't doing bad, but even there, like, I'm not being, like you said, Tony, I'm just not really captivated. There's no one that I'm like, ooh, like, that's kind of like, that's interesting. I'd like to see them play this role or anything like that. I'm just kind of like, fuck it. Yeah, no, I'm not particularly excited to watch this, and no one is going to watch it. No one on this panel will watch that movie. Kevin, for some reason, is just forcing us to talk about this movie, even though no one's going to watch it. Fuck you.
I was about to put you backstage, but I'm not going to do that. If you are looking,
but Jackson, wait until we get to that superhero movie.
Well, that's coming up soon. If you are looking forward to First Date, it does come out on July 2nd. Hopefully it turns out good, but we'll just have to see. Now, this next movie we're talking about is another one that honestly I'm questioning the point of putting it on here, but we're going to talk about it anyway, and that is one of two Megan Fox films coming out this month.
This is the one I think is fine to be on here. What are you talking about?
And that is Till Death.
I'm impressed you made it this far. There's one final surprise. Happy anniversary, Pumpkin.
We're not leaving until we open that safe.
200 grand in rocks.
We split the diamonds. Let's go.
2 people knew the combination to that safe. The guy who hired us. And the girl.
Yeah, Till Death, I am not very excited for this one at all. I mean, it's cool that Megan Fox is like trying to make a comeback. It's been a while since like she's done movies, she's done movies, especially ones like this. But just the way this film is going, I already feel like I know how it's going to turn out. You have this woman, she's like handcuffed to her dead husband. She's like isolated in the dead of the winter. There's like these killers that are after her. I feel like I know what's probably going to end up happening here. And I'm just not that excited for it. I don't think it looks terrible or anything, but it's one of those films where it just looks super generic, and I don't even know if I'll end up watching it. We'll see if I do. Again, I think it's cool that Megan Fox is like making a comeback, and I hope for her it does turn out well, but I just don't know how this one's really going to turn out. So didn't do much for me.
I'm kind of there. Like, it's kind of like when I first heard the premise, I was like, so it's Gerald's game, but instead of being handcuffed to a bed, she's handcuffed to a dude. But watching the trailer, I was like, very much that. But when I was watching the trailer, I was like, okay, it's like Gerald's game, but swapping what she's handcuffed to, but also on steroids. Inject a little bit of like suspense thriller, like panic room crawl kind of storytelling, as far as like that kind of thriller. Where it's very self-contained, and it's like, a one person, pretty much, one or two. Well, yeah, we'll count 2 because it's her dead husband she's dragging around, trying to survive. And it's like, that could be interesting, and especially since it seems like the husband has planned this, like, for some odd reason. Like, there's some reason he wants this to happen. And so, whatever that could be. So that could be interesting. I think it's just mostly, I don't know. I'm worried about execution. I think Megan Fox can be a good actress. Like, she's certainly shown it before. I don't even think she's like completely fucking terrible in at least Transformers 2. But you know, obviously, like, everyone talks about Transformers, but she's been in other stuff and she's been fine. You know, I feel like a lot of the hate she gets is like extremely exaggerated, just because of like that first Transformers movie, what the industry was trying to promote her as, pretty much, and that's not fair to her at all. So I hope that this is a role that gets her to kind of shine. But you know, the trailer, it doesn't really show off anything as far as like her performance yet, other than just kind of looking around and kind of like, hey, yo, I'm looking around this house. Look at me trying to survive now. So we'll see how that pans out. But I'm curious, to say the least. This isn't one where, unlike some other movie we're going to talk about, holy fuck, is that bad? But I am I am curious to see this play out. So I'm not completely dreading it like when I first heard about the movie, like, oh, this sounds like a bad ripoff. But now I'm like, okay, they're trying to do something different. I don't know much about the director or writer, if they've done anything before. But I'm curious to see if this could be something. At least it doesn't have Machine Gun fucking Kelly as the dead husband or one of the thugs. That would be fucking embarrassing.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at something I said in the chat.
Then why? Stop laughing. Turn off your camera. Turn off your mic. Stop
distracting. Obviously, it's between me and Kevin. No one needs to know, but I hate you right now, Kevin. That's all I'm gonna say.
I had to.
It's all good and fun, honestly. But yeah, in all honesty, I'm not a Megan Fox hater. I know a lot seem to, for what I noticed. I'm not really, to be honest. I think she can be a good actress, in all honesty. Like, for example, I finally got around to watching Jennifer's Body last year. And while the movie itself, I wasn't really that into, her performance did genuinely impress me with that movie. I just know Hollywood just isn't interested in giving her more interesting roles. But I think when she is given the right role, she can give something interesting. And in the case of this movie, she herself doesn't look bad at all. But as far as like the execution, I'm really not too sure about it, in all honesty. It just looks really like what you just said, Kevin. Just looks like really generic. It doesn't really look like it's trying to do anything that interesting to it. And it's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm necessarily dreading this, but at the same time, I do think it looks stupid. Like, it's one of those, like, I don't hate it, but it does look like one of those, like, really dumb movies, to be honest. And I just don't know if it's just going to have that right execution to make me go, oh, yeah, that was a really interesting and really solid movie. So I don't know. I am with you, though. I'm rooting for it to be good because, you know, Megan Fox, and, you know, I'm glad she's making more movies. I know last year she had 2 straight to digital ones, that Rogue One, and that Think Like a Dog movie with Josh Duhamel.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh god.
But you know, regardless of the movie she's been in, it is good to see her and stuff. So hopefully this one will be good. But right now, my enthusiasm just isn't exactly high on it.
Yeah, so if you guys are looking forward to Till Death, it does come out on July 2nd. And those are all the movies coming on July 2nd. We finally made it past the first
Jesus Christ, it took an hour? My God.
Yes, an hour into it. We finally made it past the first week. But we're now going to be talking about probably one of the bigger releases of this month for sure, if not the biggest release of this month. It's a film we've all been waiting a long time for, but it's finally coming out, and Jackson's going to introduce it.
Yes, a movie we've all waited a long time for.
Fuck off.
This is the MCU's Black Widow.
We have to go back to where it all started.
Where did you think I was all this time?
We have unfinished business.
My girls are the toughest girls in the world.
I'm sorry. We had our orders and we played our roles.
It wasn't real.
So the thing that I'm really excited about for this one, you know, because at first I was like, oh, we're getting the Black Widow prequel now. Like, you know, after, you know, spoilers, she dies in Endgame. Like, oh, of course.
Oh my God. I didn't know.
Can you not?
Wow,
react?
bro, what the hell? I was just
That's
gonna
a
finally
hard-
watch that movie last night. What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
It was on my watch list.
But then, some things changed. I have not seen Berlin Syndrome, but the director of that movie, it's something I wanted to watch, and it looked really thrilling. I was surprised that they got her to do this movie, so I was interested to see how she could make the transition to like Berlin Syndrome look more like a contained thriller to big budget Marvel movie. So that was going to be exciting. I was like interested to see this story because it wasn't going to be like full on prequel, like, put that de-aging shit on Scarlett Johansson. We're not doing that shit. It's like set in between Civil War and Infinity War. So it's like, okay, that's a good area to kind of do this and, actually explore her past. That's interesting. I like the cast, David Harbour and Rachel Weisz, great actors. I like that they're including Taskmaster in it because I played the Spider-Man game and Taskmaster is in that game a lot. He's like on a lot of side missions. So I was like, bro, that's fucking cool that he's the villain in this. I wonder what they're going to do. I hope it's not a lame villain, but I think there's a lot of potential to do something neat. I do like how in that trailer you just showed, they are hopefully going to drive a little more into like the more dramatic part of like the Black Widow story, because that's always been what I've kind of been intrigued by that character about, is that, she's a fucking badass, she's amazing. But she's come to be a badass because of some bad circumstances. And Age of Ultron kind of touched on it. And I'd like to see a little more of it. So I'm excited to see it. For all these reasons, it looks like a really fun action movie, great special effects. I think someone important is doing the score. It's Lauren Balfe? Is that right?
Lauren Balfe, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew that. He's a cool guy. I like that he's doing that. I think I've already heard like some early buzz, like, this is probably Scarlett Johansson's best performance as the character, which is, a given, obviously, because it's her own movie, but that's exciting, just to see what they do. So overall, very, very, very excited for Black Widow. It's one of my most anticipated of the summer. I'm more anticipating it than like Eternals, at least right now, because this is a story I've been waiting to see for like a long time for this character just to unfold a bit more. So that's neat, And also Florence Pugh is in the movie. I love her. She's amazing. I can't wait to see her in more Marvel movies. She's gonna kill it. I'm telling you. They're already saying in early buzz that she and Scarlett Johansson have chemistry like Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie's. That's amazing. I can't wait. She's gonna kill it. Give her the Black Widow mantle. Oh, wait, they might? Oh, my gosh. I can't. Oh, my gosh. That's amazing.
Jackson, we have a question here.
Never. Why you bring that up? You just ruined the whole film.
It was a comment.
Kevin,
oh, my God.
Kevin, look.
That was like the quickest response to a comment I've seen.
Kevin, I know that this is your channel and shit, But, like, I was on a roll there. Did you not hear me going on a roll? And then you're like, oh, well, let me bring up something completely unrelated to stop it. And it's like, oh, great. I was having a blast. And now I'm just like, man, fuck you.
Well, this person wanted to know. Anyway.
This is what you do, Falk. Is that, every once in a while I'm like, you know what? I'm finding my groove. Maybe this is a good time. And then all of a sudden you come in with like, oh, look at this. And it's like, damn it. You ruined it again. That's it. Yeah, I can't wait. It looks pretty good. It'll definitely be better than Zack Snyder's Justice League. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to say that. Oh no, all the Snyder bros are gonna come after me. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That's it. Fuck you, Kevin. I only threw that in just to piss you off because I know you love that movie. Because you ruined my night. You just ruined my night. So yeah, I threw that in there just to slight you, and also just to say I'm not a big fan. Also, fuck you.
All right, so Black Widow, getting the obvious out of the way. Obviously, this is a film that, a lot of people have been asking for a long time. The fact we're finally getting it, it's not the most ideal of circumstances, obviously, because the character has died. And that was something I was a little skeptical about, before the trailers came out. It's like, why are we getting this after, because, you know, we didn't know it was a prequel at the time, you know, until we saw Endgame, and it's like, what are you really going to do here? But now that we know what's actually going on, it's kind of like filling in the gaps of the character and diving a bit deeper into her than they were ever really able to. That has me very intrigued. I think there's a lot that they can really do with this, you know, diving more into her family history with like David Harbour and Rachel Weisz. I'm very excited for that. But the thing I'm most excited for is very much the interactions between her and Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh is just one of the best actresses working today. And ever since, you know, her amazing year in like 2019, I've been very excited to see her in this because I feel like she's going to give a really strong performance for sure. I'm already hearing early buzz that like she is just phenomenal here. So I'm very excited to see what she ends up doing. And the director, as Jackson pointed out, you know, it's someone who's actually known for doing like espionage type films, which is good because that's kind of what this film is trying to be. It's sort of like paying homage to like spy films. So I think that's kind of cool overall. So yeah, I mean, I'm really excited for this. We've waited so long for this movie. It's been delayed so many times, obviously because of, you know, circumstances that has happened. The fact that we're just finally getting it, and the fact that we're actually going to get to see a Marvel movie in theaters, I mean, it's something we haven't gotten to do in a while.
Yeah, we love Marvel. We love Marvel. Everyone clap for Marvel.
Yay, Team Marvel!
It has me very...
So much Marvel injected into my face right now.
It has me excited because it's a reminder of the theatrical experience and getting to see a Marvel movie, you know, in getting to see a Marvel movie for the first time on the big screen. There's truly nothing like it, and we haven't gotten to do that in a while. So I'm very excited.
We did, actually. It was called The New Mutants. No one saw that.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. But
wait,
no,
we did. It was called F9.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, you're right. That was a great superhero movie. Anyway, very excited for this film. Definitely one of my most anticipated, not my most, but one of my most anticipated of the month for sure. Just really hoping that it lives up to the hype and very much is worth the wait. But we will have to see. Tony, go ahead.
All right. So yeah, Black Widow. Let me just say, about damn time. About damn time. Not only because of how much this thing...
Kevin, shut up.
Not only just because of how much it's been getting pushed because of the pandemic, but because this is something we should have just gotten a long time ago. Like, realistically, we could have gotten this at least maybe after Civil War, since obviously this one's going to take place between the events of Civil War and Infinity War. So I think it would make sense to probably release it like, yeah, maybe 2016 or maybe early 17, honestly. But it's finally coming now, and it's definitely one of my most anticipated of the year as well as the month. I'm very excited for this. I think this looks super, super promising. The action sequences look very, very exciting. Scarlett Johansson and Florence Pugh look like they're going to give really great sister banter, that really great back and forth with each other. And they're both really talented actresses. So I definitely don't doubt they're going to do a great job with this movie. But then, obviously, as you already said, we have Rachel Weisz here, who I think will also do really good. And then David Harbour as well. It's going to be exciting to see him in the MCU. And yeah, the whole, you know, spy espionage thing they're going with this, like, you know, like we saw in Falcon and the Winter Soldier or in the Captain America sequels. It's kind of cool seeing the MCU take that kind of direction, and Black Widow looks like they're going to really utilize that kind of spy espionage thriller type of thing. So I'm excited how they're going to execute that, and just after waiting for such a long time for it, it's just going to feel good to see an MCU movie in theaters again. It's been really nice getting the shows, obviously, on Disney Plus to hold us over lately, but it's just going to be so nice to see a full-length one, because when you really think about it, our last one was Far From Home, and that was literally 2 years ago. That's the crazy thing. 2 years, and also in July on top of that, since our last MCU full-length feature. So yeah, I'm just excited to see an MCU full-length feature again on the big screen too. I'm definitely seeing this in theaters because I do not do that Disney Plus $30 thing. I just do not roll with that. But yeah, very excited for Black Widow, and I really, really hope, especially for Scarlett Johansson's sake, it's gonna really, give us a nice, I guess, closure to the character.
Yeah. All right, so if you guys are looking forward to Black Widow, it finally is coming out on July 8th. Really hoping this one lives up to the hype because it really has been a long time coming. So very much looking forward to this one. But also coming out on July 9th is this next movie we're talking about that Tony's going to introduce.
All I gotta say is, what time is it? Summertime.
Oh my God.
Adventure time.
$15. In this economy, do you know what I can buy with $15?
No. Hell no.
Why are you here?
Because this city needs me.
There's literally a street that has stars in it with people's names.
All right, Summertime. This one is from Carlos Lopez Estrada, who directed Blind Spotting and was one of the directors for, most recently, Raya the Last Dragon. So this one, I think, actually does look pretty interesting. I wasn't sure what to really expect when I pressed on that trailer in Kevin's movie preview playlist, but when I clicked on the trailer, I was like, oh, I really like the vibe that this one's going. It has a very nice stylistic feel to it. And, it's one of those movies that's really focused on like music, and for the last, I'd say probably for like the last 4 or 5 years, I've been becoming more of a sucker for this genre, and seeing how talented Carlos Lopez Estrada is as a filmmaker, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how he can handle this kind of approach. And I think the characters look interesting too. All the performances look really strong as well. And yeah, I hope it's something that I'll enjoy because I think there's a lot of potential for me to like something like this. That's all I can really say as far as that. There's not like a whole lot for me to talk about, but overall, I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. I mean, right off the bat, you have Carlos Lopez Estrada directing anything. I'm very excited because, he did such a great job directing Blind Spotting and then earlier this year with Raya and the Last Dragon. I'm very excited to see what he really does with this for sure. It seems like one of those films where, we're following a bunch of different characters and they're all going to collide in some way. So I'm very excited to see how that does turn out. And I also like the fact that at least it seems like he's mostly working with unknown actors, which I think is really cool. You kind of have potential for some actors to, really kind of break out and hopefully veer off into other projects after this, or at least I hope so, because it seems like this film could really end up producing those results, but we'll really just have to see. I think it looks like a lot of fun. It definitely has a very specific feel to it that I'm definitely vibing with. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. It looks pretty good.
If I'm going to be honest, this is one I'm not particularly excited for. I love Blind Spotting. Blind Spotting. There we go. Blind Spotting, I think, is a great movie, and I have not seen the show yet. I'm really excited to watch that. I'm going to wait till it's all out to finally do it, so I also have time to rewatch the movie again because it's great. Raya and the Last Dragons, it's decent. I feel like a lot goes into that more than just him, though. There's other directors on it and a whole team of animators, so it's kind of hard to say like, man, that you can really feel his directorial stamp on Raya because kind of can't really. It's a Disney stamp.
That one had like 4 directors attached to it.
Yeah, so it's like it's barely a compliment. There's like a million people working on that. But I was still nonetheless like I was interested to see when I saw from the director of Raya. I was like, are they talking about Blind Spotting guy? And it was like, yeah, I didn't know he had a movie coming out, so I was excited to see where the trailer could go, and I was just kind of like I don't know, Blind Spotting at least kind of had a hook in the marketing, and then this is just like, it's just like a bunch of slam poetry, it seems like, worked into like a script, and it's like, okay, I guess at this point I just need to see the movie. I'm not against ever seeing it, and I don't think it looks awful. It's just I don't know, it didn't necessarily grab me. It didn't convince me like this is a movie you want to watch, because especially like that one part where the guy's in the restaurant going like, do you know what I could buy for $15? I was like, this feels like he's stopping to do a slam poetry moment. I bet everyone's going to be fucking silent while he just keeps going off and off. I wonder how many scenes are like that in the movie. So yeah, right now, and especially since it just looks like a hangout kind of movie, like it doesn't seem like there's a lot of stakes going on. What the fuck are you doing? Just, oh yeah. Even though I said the exact opposite of what you said earlier, yeah, I'm going to not now. But yeah, it just looks like one of the like kind of low stakes, which isn't necessarily bad, but it's another reason why I'm kind of just like, if I see it, I'll see it. But right now, unless people come out of it going like, bro, this is fucking amazing, like Blind Spotting, forget about it, this is way better, then I'd be like, oh fuck, I gotta check this out. But right now, it's just kind of like, it just might not be my kind of movie, you know. But you know, I'm always open to seeing it. Just right now, it's kind of on the back end of my mind. Sorry, director of Raya and the Last Dragon, the sole director of Raya and the Last Dragon. Oh my gosh, he's the sole director on Raya and the Last Dragon.
I did not
He came up with so many visual stuff in that. Oh my gosh, he's so amazing. But Blind Spotting is.
Hey Jackson, you want me to throw you off again?
Why? Don't. Fuck.
Because of that. Anyway, if you are looking,
well, let me delay this movie preview more by bringing up this comment that's irrelevant to anything that's going on.
Well, I just had to acknowledge it.
If you are looking forward, never coming back. Fuck. Which may or may not be a joke answer. Who knows? See, look what you did. Now I'm prolonging it because you did this shit. You were like, okay, well, now let's move on. But like, well, no, let me actually speak now. You see what you did? This is your fault. Your fault. Maybe you want to rethink how you want to go about these movie previews, Kevin. Because it might be working against you. It might be working a little bit against you. You know, it might be a little bad. You might want to rethink everything. Rethink your entire life choices because you're a piece of shit. That was my slam poetry against you, Falk.
That is indeed a big oof. But that being said, if you're looking
Carlos Lopez Estrada to film me giving that slam poetry to you, we could put that in the movie.
If you are looking forward to summertime, if you are, I fucking hate you. It comes out on July 9th. Look forward to it then. Hopefully it's really good because it looks pretty good. But the next film we're going to be talking about is definitely something a little bit different. This is a film. It's coming out and it's called How I Became a Superhero with the H capitalized. All right.
Bon, je vous ai laissé gérer la supercriminalité, mais vous foutez rien. Voilà votre nouvelle coéquipière. Je suis sûr que vous allez bien vous entendre.
Parlez pas à ma place.
Quoi?
On est appelé dans un lycée là. Ça ressemble à une prise d'otage. Bah on lance. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
C'est un bonbon?
C'est vrai cette histoire de drogue qui donne des super pouvoirs?
Tu pourrais identifier quelqu'un à partir de ses pouvoirs?
Monsieur le policier a besoin de son grand ami Monte Carlo.
Mathias Najarowski, il a 35 ans. Il se fait appeler Naja.
All right, so this is one, How I Became a Superhero. I put it on here because, you know, it seemed kind of interesting. It's a different type of superhero movie than what we normally do get. But watching the trailer, it really doesn't look like anything that great. And, you know, I've talked about this before. When it comes to foreign movies, a lot of the time they don't know how to promote them well for American audiences in terms of the trailers. So it could just be a bad trailer that makes the movie look a certain way that it's not. But I'm just not really digging this at all. I don't really think it looks all that interesting. And the plot itself is kind of dumb too. Like, it's literally just superheroes have disappeared. They acquire this drug. It gives them superpowers, and that's kind of it. There isn't really a lot more going on here. And yeah, I'm not very excited for this one. But Jackson, I'm gonna do what you're doing and agree with you. So go ahead.
It's me mocking you because that's what you do all the time. Oh yeah. This is just Project Power again. I was surprised that this was a Netflix movie because it's literally just another one of their movies, Project Power, pretty much. Except it looks worse because they're actually fucking doing the story of like, hey, a cop who's like experienced but maybe a troublemaker or whatever the story is, we're gonna team you up with a partner. Oh no, I don't want a partner. Well, too bad. You're two polar opposites and you're partners now, but hey, you might learn something from each other and become friends. Man, fuck that. This looks bad. I can't believe Netflix is actually putting it on their platform, especially after they already got Project Power. Embarrassing, borderline embarrassing that they did that. The movie itself is just whatever. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised you included this on the list because I know we don't normally tend to talk about like these kind of like foreign like Netflix releases, at least from when I've been here. So I'm surprised we're talking about this, but watching it, yeah, I literally just don't have anything to say. It just does not look good. Nothing about the plot really interests me. Like Jackson said, it's basically Project Power or whatever it was. I completely forgot about that movie. But yeah, it pretty much has that. And yeah, it's a movie that exists. I don't know if I'm really going to watch it, if I'm going to be honest. Nothing about it really grabs me, but yeah, how I become a superhero, I guess.
Yeah, if you're looking forward to How I Became a Superhero, it does come out on July 9th. Hopefully it turns out to be really good, but we'll really just have to see. But the next movie we're talking about is another Netflix movie. It's not a foreign one, but it is a Netflix film that Jackson's going to introduce.
John Wick. Oh, wait, Gunpowder Milkshake. My bad. I got him confused because they're almost about the same fucking thing.
Your talents are needed. Somebody stole from us. We need that money back.
Just change of plan. They kidnapped an 8-year-old girl. I can't leave her to die.
Oh, you know the drill. Give the kill order.
Some bad men are coming to hurt us. We have to go where it's safe.
Okay.
I'm gonna teach you to always guard your back. Hi, Mom. Am I a grandmother? God, no.
Yeah, this is just John Wick. All the way down to the beginning of the trailer where Karen Gillan goes to like the Continental to get her stuff, and they're using code language like, hey, you're gonna want one of the, exactly like how John Wick gets his shit, like getting suits or like whatever the fuck, down to like the like stylish kind of like more focused on like the neon colors, down to at one point a kill order is sent out to hunt down John Wick, Karen Gillan, and a bunch of assassins get notifications on their phone, just like John Wick Chapter 2, Chapter 3. It's like it's very reminiscent to John Wick. It's very similar to how Nobody was like, hey, what if John Wick, and they introduce a different concept. Nobody was just like, what if John Wick was a middle-aged dad, and this is what if John Wick was Karen Gillan, who also had to protect a little girl she finds, and then also has to team up with her mother. So it's like they're doing different things. So I'm willing to like just go in and give it a shot because of that. But I'm hoping that it's got substance. I'm hoping that the action is actually like gonna be entertaining and like well filmed and like really intense. Because if the thing that I'm thinking about once the movie ends is, man, John Wick is so much better, then I think the movie ultimately fails. I'm not necessarily against movies having similar premises to each other. Obviously, that's going to happen all the time. But I don't know, there's just more than Nobody, I think. Like, Nobody had a couple moments in the trailers, in the marketing, where I was like, a little bit like John Wick, but, it's Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul. And this, it was like, there's more that kind of instantly reminded me of John Wick. And I was like, I don't know, man. I just watched a movie that ripped off Rosemary's Baby last night. I can't take any more rip-off movies where nothing else about it is interesting, so you have to talk about how it's just ripping off other stuff. So I'm hoping for the best. I'm not familiar with the director or writer, but I'm just hoping that it's entertaining and fun. The cast is good. I do like Karen Gillan. I like Paul Giamatti. I like Lena Headey, and I like Carla Gugino. Shit, messed up that last name. It's a good cast. It's a good cast. Great actors in this, but fingers crossed, especially because Netflix picked it up, because that can literally be like flip of a coin. So.
Yeah, I think this looks fun. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think, yes, definitely it does have its parallels to John Wick, but it is doing something a little bit different with, you know, Karen Gillan having this child now, and then her having to recruit her mother, and their sort of banter. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I really do like the cast here a lot. I feel like they're going to make this movie really fun. You know, Karen Gillan, Lena Headey, Michelle Yeoh, Paul Giamatti. I mean, really, Carla Gugino, Angela Bassett, really strong cast for sure. And I think they're definitely going to be like the selling point of this film. The action itself, you know, nothing particularly stood out to me in terms of like, oh, that looks like an amazing action set piece, but I'm still looking forward to this one. I think it looks really fun overall, and it's definitely, you know, one of the Netflix films I'm a little bit more excited for. You know, Netflix with me is very 50-50, but this one looks pretty fun. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one too. But I definitely can't at the same time disagree with Jackson about the whole John Wick thing. That's the only thing I would say I'm a little worried about. I just don't want to be watching the movie the whole time going, oh yeah, that was in John Wick. Oh yeah, that was in John Wick. Because like with something like Nobody, to get on that topic very quick, you know, like I didn't really think about John Wick the entire time watching Nobody. I think that one did enough to where it stood apart from John Wick, which is why I enjoyed that movie as much as I did. This one, I just hope it's not the case where I'm reminded of John Wick pretty much every minute of it. But I'd say aside from that little worry I do have towards it, I do think it looks like it could be a lot of fun, to be honest. I like the cast. I think the chemistry could be really fun. And I actually think the action sequences look really impressive, to be honest. I think they're really well filmed. The editing doesn't look too choppy, because that's just been some of my issues with some action movies lately. The editing could be like too choppy. You can't really see what's going on. You can't really like appreciate it. This one is like, oh, I can actually see the action. I can actually appreciate the action. And, you know, hopefully, you know, when the actual movie comes out, it'll be that same case. Like I'm getting that vibe from the trailer right now. And the cinematography looks pretty colorful too. I do like the color textures and the movie as well. So yeah, I think with a good cast and a really impressive action, I hope this will be a really fun time. Just something for me to be very entertained by and just not be bored watching. And like I said, I hope I'm not reminded of John Wick every minute. But aside from that little worry I do have, I think overall it could be a very entertaining action flick.
All right, so if you guys are looking forward to Gunpowder Milkshake, it does come out on July 14th. Very much looking forward to this one for sure. But now we get into the week of July 16th, where we have a little movie coming out that I think Tony is pretty excited to introduce.
Oh my God. Let me just say, I am so happy I am introducing this movie, because the movie is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, Space Jam: A New Legacy.
What brings you to Tonewad, Doc?
The computer dude kidnapped my son.
No!
What in the Matrix hell?
Hey.
What'd you do to my son?
The only way you're getting your son back is if you and I play a little basketball.
You want to play me in basketball? I need to assemble an elite team.
You need a dream team. I'll take it from here. Sam, shoot the ball. Let's try that again, shall we?
We'll get your son back. I promise.
What's happening?
Bump up the jam. I look expensive.
Space Jam: A New Legacy. As Kevin already said, that yeah, I'm definitely very excited for this one. It's a sequel I didn't think I needed in my life, but honestly, seeing how the marketing has been, especially, I'm definitely very down for it. I really like the first one a lot. It's definitely one of the most nostalgic things to be a part of my childhood. You know, that one, obviously, Looney Tunes Back in Action were, but as a kid, I always watched Space Jam more. And I could definitely see why, because in my opinion, it's just a lot of fun. I think the movie knows exactly what it is. It's very cheesy for sure, but I like that it's like, oh yeah, we know this is stupid, but we're just gonna embrace it. And I think it does that very well. And obviously I really like Michael Jordan in the first one, and his interactions with the Looney Tunes characters were a lot of fun. And for Space Jam: A New Legacy, I'm looking forward to seeing how LeBron James can interact with the Looney Tunes characters this time around. And as far as Looney Tunes characters go, it's going to be just nice to see them on the big screen again, because it's really been a long time since we've seen them on the big screen. You know, they've had like a lot of stuff like on TV, like with the Looney Tunes show, and then obviously HBO Max just brought back the Looney Tunes, where it actually respects the style of the original Looney Tunes cartoon. So at least we have that. But yeah, I'm gonna love seeing Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and everyone else that pretty much makes an appearance. Granny looks like she'll honestly be really funny in the sequel. And yeah, I know I've seen a lot of people say how it looks like Ready Player One. I can't really argue against them on that, but it's like, I think they're going to do interesting stuff with it where I'm not reminded of Ready Player One every single second of it. So yeah, I have a lot of confidence in this. And yeah, I think it looks cheesy for sure, but I think it's going to find a way to make it work for the modern age, which I really appreciate. So yeah, I'm very hyped for this as it is. It's going to come out a few days after my birthday. So yeah, I'm bringing that Space Jam hype, baby. Let's go.
All right, so Space Jam: A New Legacy. I'll be honest, I'm not really a huge fan of the first one. Actually, dissimilar to you, Tony, I watched Looney Tunes back in action more as a kid than Space Jam. But it's a film that I liked it a little. I liked it as a kid, but it's just kind of dumb for me. I haven't seen it in a long time, so maybe that will change on a rewatch. But it's been a while since I remember not really liking it at all the last time I watched it. I just found it to be just really like cheesy and dated. So I wasn't that excited when this film was announced, but I do have to say, I think it looks like a lot of fun. And what I like about the sequel is that it is something really different from the first movie. You know, while the first one was like Michael Jordan going into this like toon world, now it's like they're all kind of stuck here. You have him, he's a toon. He actually is like a cartoon this time around, which I think is an interesting idea. And then they're going to have all these different like Warner Brothers properties as well. I'm not really sure how that's going to turn out. The Clockwork Orange is going to be in there, and Casablanca and all kinds of weird shit like that. So I don't really know how that's going to go, but we'll really just have to see. I think LeBron James is going to do a really good job, though. He's already proven that he's a far more capable actor than I feel people have given him credit for. Trainwreck, for example, he was a huge scene stealer in that movie for me. So I really do hope that he does deliver here. Don Cheadle always is great, and it seems like he's going to do a really good job. The only things I'm a little bit The only things I'm a little bit worried about, I will say, are some things in this new trailer, like wrapping Daffy, for example. I don't really know how that's going to go, but we'll really just have to see how that turns out. Zendaya as Lola, I think, is a really interesting take for the character. I like that they're making her a lot less sexualized than the first one, so I'm excited to see what they really end up doing with her in this one for sure, because Lola in the original, that is not held up very well at all, so we'll see how that really does go. And yeah, I mean, I'm definitely excited for this one. I think it looks like a fun family film, and I hope that's exactly what it is, because I feel like we don't get enough like legitimately good, fun family films these days, and I hope this is one. I hope it respects the Looney Tunes legacy very well. I'm a big fan of the Looney Tunes. I'm sure many are, so I really hope this film does deliver, because I think it looks really fun.
Yeah. When the trailer came out, the first trailer, I was actually kind of surprised by how into it I was. Like it seemed like it was pretty fucking epic. So I've been excited ever since. Yeah. The second trailer, I did not see the one you mentioned about him Daffy Duck rapping. So I didn't see that shit. But this other trailer, like there's some jokes thrown in, like a granny doing the haters gonna hate. It's like, aha, you said the thing that you think is popular amongst kids or something. I'm worried about that. That's the one thing I think I would say I'm worried about as far as this movie goes, is that I wonder if they're hiding their cringy as jokes for the fucking actual release. But you know, I like the animation, looks great, and then the CGI when they incorporate the Looney Tunes into live action, that looks really cool. 2, I think Don Cheadle is just, you know, he's gonna have fun. I want the twist to be that he's those fucking Animaniacs, you know, like the Animaniacs just inside Don Cheadle. I heard that somewhere, and I was like, that's brilliant. I want that to be true so bad. Who knows? Who knows? But you know that it looks like a pretty fun movie. It could be pretty funny because there are some jokes that did have me kind of laughing. And yeah, LeBron, like I think he's definitely going to be good in the movie, at least. I think he's going to definitely be a good actor in it. I'm worried about Zendaya as Lola, not really because I think she's awful, because, you know, we've only seen like a couple of moments where she's spoken lines. It's hard to judge an entire voice performance just from that, especially because of the nature of animation. When you edit in trailers, like, you know, you have to take stuff out of context sometimes. And sometimes, if you'll notice in some animation trailers, the lip sync is off because they have to format it in a trailer, and that's all they can do. So, you know, I'm not going to judge her performance yet, but right now it's just kind of like, I'm worried that it's just, you know, we have celebrities and Zendaya doing it, so that's a lot of what we're just going to highlight, and she's not really going to act, like voice act, you know what I mean? Because I was thinking, like, man, my favorite Lola isn't Space Jam, it's Kristen Wiig's Lola Bunny, and I would kill just to see Kristen Wiig play Lola Bunny in this movie, because I think that'd be fucking hysterical. But of course, they're not sexualizing her, but, you know, she's a hotter star, if you know what I mean. Like, she, you know, played by a young up and coming actress and not a goofball like Kristen Wiig. So, you know, they're not, you know, boring. Boring is what I mean to say. But I'm hoping for the best with that. That's my only big worries, is just I hope that Zendaya actually voice acts, because there's so many talented voice actors doing the Looney Tunes characters, and some of them are doing multiple roles. And that's obviously impressive. It'd be a big bummer if just Lola is just, I'm an actor and I'm just saying lines. And it's like, oh, well, shit. You're a little bland, my man. Go back to Euphoria. What was I saying? Yeah, it looks fun, though.
All right, so Space Jam: A New Legacy, if you are looking forward to it, it does come out on July 16th. Very much looking forward to this one. Now, the next movie we're looking forward to, the next movie that's coming out is one that I am... Shut up. The next movie that's coming out, I can't really say the same for, but it's another sequel. It's one that I didn't think we needed, and I still don't think we need. It's called Escape Room: Tournament of Champions.
Hiding in plain sight in the middle of Manhattan. We need to stop them.
I'm in.
What is this? This is a lot to ask, but thank you for coming with me. Do you hear that?
Hey, what the hell is going on?
The train is uncoupled! You gotta be kidding me.
Hold on!
Welcome to Minos Escape Rooms. No.
It's happening again.
You guys have played the game before?
So what is this? Like a tournament of champions?
Look, we all know how this works. We solve the puzzles or we die.
So what is this? Like a tournament of champions? Escape Room Tournament of Champions. Yeah,
all right,
we said the title in the movie. Fuck yeah, we're so fucking cool. We're Sony.
Speaking. Anyway, the first Escape Room actually was a film that I was really dreading, but like I watched it, and for a while, like it kind of surprised me. I liked the idea of what they were initially going for with like the different escape rooms. There were some pretty cool, designs and things like that. And then the twist happened, and the film just completely lost me. And since then, I have not been interested in Escape Room 2 at all. I think it's a really stupid fucking concept, and especially seeing what they're doing now, I am very much not looking forward to this. I mean, just the idea that the escape rooms are appearing like anywhere they go now is an escape room. They have to solve things. It just looks really fucking dumb, and I don't really know what this is leading to. They got to like revolt against the people that created this, but then they're like going against them. I don't know what they're really trying to go for here. Tournament of Champions was a fucking reality show now. Is that what this is like leaning towards? Like it's a really stupid title. I will say I like some of the additions here. Big fan of India Moore, obviously from Pose. I think she is a really great actress, and Holland Roden most of the time I really like. Isabel Furman I think is really good. So there are some good additions here, but as a film, I mean, this just looks so fucking stupid, and it looks like the definition of a sequel that is trying to be like bigger and like more death-defying than the first one, but it's actually lacking a lot of what worked in that first one. What worked at first in that first one was like the simplicity of, the escape rooms and things like that, and just the idea of them being in like this closed setting and all of that stuff. Here, it's like they're just really just trying to do whatever with it, and it just looks stupid now. So yeah, I am not looking forward to this at all. I don't know why this is coming out. Very much dreading this one. Also, stop playing this fucking trailer in my theater. It happened with the first one, and it's happening with this. Go ahead, Jackson. It just pisses me off when that happens.
Get a load of that guy, right? So yeah, I don't remember if the evil company Minos had like an actual like goal or like a plan other than just like, we want to fuck with some guys. For like some reason, I don't know. It just like the twists at the end of the first escape room were just like, bro, this is too much, fucking terrible. And they ended in the most sequel bait way. It literally felt like you were watching, like, you know how movies will open with a prologue, first couple minutes show something completely unrelated to the characters, but then it'll like transition into like how the first escape room ends. It transitions into the villain giving a speech over a fucking radio because they haven't cast that villain yet, but they will probably, going like, the main characters won't know what to expect this time. But they put that at the end of the first movie instead of the beginning of the second one. And it's like, man, teasing that sequel. Yeah, man, I was hoping that it would never happen because of that. Like, because they tried so hard. But of course, the lower budget movie, it made a lot of money for January. So they were rewarded for their fucking laziness with Tournament of Champions. I hate to say this, but maybe one of the bright sides of post kind of pandemic movie releases is that maybe not too many people will go see this shit in the theater, and they'll just go see Black Widow or F9 so that this can just die and we don't have to continue with this silly shit. Because it just, I don't know, the designs of the escape rooms in the first movie were fun. I'm sure they'll have some fun stuff as far as that goes. And I like that actor who was in the first movie who is now back in this one. I like him in that. So I am kind of interested to see him come back at least. We'll see how the other cast goes. I don't mean to diss on this actor at all, but the main chick from the last one, I think, was easily like the weakest part performance-wise in that movie. But because of the way they made it, now she's kind of the star. And it's like, dude, you did not bet on that right at all. Because if they do somehow like make a trilogy of this, it's going to be a trilogy headlined by this actress who I'm sorry is given really poor direction from Adam Robitel, telling her to act a certain way, and it's like, this needs a different kind of actor. This needs a different kind of performance, and she's not there. And it's not really her fault. It's mostly like the casting directors and Adam Robitel for directing her that way. It's kind of a bummer. But yeah, it looks stupid as fuck. Can't wait to see it just to laugh my ass off at how ridiculous it is. But I hope it flops tremendously so that it can be one of those, like, I hope it ends hinting at a third movie, like, oh, you're going to be back for this good shit, right? And then it flops horrendously and they're like, fuck. And then we never get a third one. I hope it's like Divergent. We don't get Ascendant, whatever the fuck it was going to be called.
Going to stars.
I have not seen the first film. I have nothing to add to this one. Moving along.
Okay.
That was amazing.
That was great. If you're looking forward to Escape Room Tournament of Champions, it comes out on July 16th. I guess look forward to it. Getting into this next film, I think this is the one. Jackson said there's a movie on this list that looks like utter shit, and I think this is the one that he was talking about. So go ahead.
I feel like I've been saying everything in here is utter shit. But you're right. This is some bullshit. Die in a gunfight.
For generations, the Gibbon and Rathcard families had a blood feud. It was never about business.
Your son is trespassing.
It was personal.
Mary Rathcard.
Ben Gibbon.
Do I need to explain to you why this is unacceptable? End it.
It was an instant scandal.
You take care of my problem, I'll grant you my daughter's hand.
Oh.
Take care of them.
Looks like me and you gonna dance.
You know what vibes I got from this? Mr. Right vibes.
Oh no!
Because it feels like, more like, you know, there's kind of like it's a love story, but there's kind of like a crime hitman kind of aspect to it as well. But we're gonna play it up for like laughs, like a comedy thing, like Mr. Right did. I haven't seen Mr. Right since VOD. Totally VOD and not something else. But I remember enjoying it, and it was mostly because of Sam Rockwell and Anna Kendrick having that chemistry to actually like boost it up. Alexandra Daddario and Guy from Rock of Ages, whose name I have not remembered ever since Rock of Ages. Ugh. No, thank you. Doesn't seem like there's that thing that hooks you. Like, you know, when I saw the marketing for Mr. Right, I was like, this looks like a, you know, like a fun kind of like light hitman kind of movie, but I'm interested to see what Sam Rockwell does. Or, you know, I like Anna Kendrick. I can't wait to see what she does in this. And this, it's just like, there's nothing. I got nothing to latch onto. Justin Chatwin is here. Hey-o, remember him?
From Second
does.
Evolution.
Yep, Chris
From
Stuckman
Shameless.
remembers Justin Chatwin. Who? Anyways, this is probably going to be bad. I did not really like this. I didn't find it funny or like interesting. I just was watching the trailer going like, why the fuck are we talking about this? It's so bad that I'm gonna leave.
No, we're not doing that.
I was so tempted. My finger was hovering over the clicker. I was about to do it, but I won't.
You better not. You better not. This is going to go on for another 2 hours if you do that. All right. So, Die in a Gunfight. I'll be honest. I don't really remember this trailer. So I don't really have a lot to add to this discussion. I think once again, just what Jackson said. I mean, the actors here, from what I remember at least, like, it doesn't really seem like they're adding much of anything to this. Diego Boneta is such a bland and just like vanilla actor. He's done absolutely nothing for me in any film that he's in. So like whenever he's in a film, I'm like, oh, movie with bland ass Diego Boneta. Like, I do not get excited for movies that he's in at all because they're usually not very good. Alexandra Daddario is a good actress, but she has not been having a good streak lately in terms of films. So like I am not very confident in this, and the fact that it's yet another just like updated version of Romeo and Juliet, it's like, just cut this shit out. Like, we don't need that at all. That's not necessary. Yeah, this looks dumb. I don't have much to add. Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, to keep it short and sweet, this one does not really look good at all, to be honest. Like, I could see the potential in it being entertaining, but the execution of it is very weak, in my opinion. And like you said, I do like Alexandra Daddario actually as an actress. She is a good actress, but the stuff that she's been in lately has not been doing her justice, to say the least. But yeah, this doesn't look good at all. That's all I really have to say.
All right, so Die in a Gunfight, if you're looking forward to it, it comes on July 16th. Hopefully it's good, but it does not look very promising at all. But the next movie we're talking about is one that does look kind of interesting, and Tony here's going to introduce it.
And that movie here is going to be Pig.
That was disgusting.
So Pig, this one I knew nothing about, but obviously I saw the trailer. When I saw the first frame, I was literally like, wait, is that Nicolas Cage? Because I literally wasn't sure at first if it was him. And then that's when the trailer said Academy Award winner Nicolas Cage. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I guess he's taking a break from those like really insane movies that he's been trying to do lately. But yeah, this is actually really refreshing to see him in. I think already he looks like he's going to give a very interesting performance, and I like the premise itself. For what I got, I guess it's about some hunter that lives alone in the wilderness, and something about, I guess, his pig getting like kidnapped. That's what I was able to get from the trailer. But overall, yeah, to keep it short and sweet, I definitely think it looks very interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing Cage give a dramatic performance, because I think it's been a while since he's given like a really dramatic performance. So yeah, I think it looks promising. I'm looking forward to it, and I definitely hope it lives up.
Yeah, I'm definitely very interested in this one for sure. I think it definitely does have quite a bit of potential. It's been a while, like you said, since Nicolas Cage has done a film that's like strictly a dramatic one. So, and that always excites me when he does, because we're so used to just like I'm goofy Nicolas Cage. Like we're so used to that. So like it's cool to see him strip down a bit, and it seems like he's gonna give a good performance here. I like what he is overall doing in this film, and his dynamic with Alex Wolff, it seems like they're gonna work really well together for sure. So yeah, I definitely am looking forward to this one. I think it has quite a bit of potential behind it, and I hope it's really good.
I hope that pig is dead. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited for this just for the sake of seeing Nicolas Cage just chill out. Well, chill out as much as he can. But actually give like maybe a moving performance. Like when I watch this trailer, I'm hoping it's not a bait and switch where I'm tricked into seeing some schlock, some dumb schlock, but I'm actually seeing something that's like a character piece from Nicolas Cage to actually give him a chance to fully show off what he can do while also being at the service of some great storyteller. That's what I'm really hoping to get out of this. And so far, that's what they have promoted. So hoping all for the best. If this turns out like fucking Willy's Wonderland or some other shit, like Score to Settle or some shit like that, I'm quitting.
That was great.
I'm quitting my job.
Score to Settle.
Score to Settle was great. I love that movie so much. But no, if you're looking forward to Pig, it does come out on July 16th. Hopefully it's good. And yeah, but the next movie we're going to be talking about, so there were a couple releases already that we talked about that were like Sundance films that we didn't get to see. This is yet another one we're going to be discussing. This is just the month of Sundance, I guess. It comes out on July 21st, and it's called How It Ends.
Life, I've been terrified of dying alone, and tonight I am literally dying alone.
You're not alone. You have me.
You don't count. You're metaphysical.
Yo, coming to my end of the world party tonight?
We gotta go. Before we die, let's talk regrets.
The biggest one is Dad.
I'm gonna drive to the ocean, swim naked with the dolphins. You wanna come?
No, I'm good. Next up, I would like to make amends with Alet.
I have developed psychically to the place where I am capable of extraordinary things. Yeah, I'm Reiki 1 certified.
And then
Larry.
Hey, Liza, here to tell me you love me?
This one looks fun, I think. You know, I think it's an interesting sort of take on like a end of the world type scenario, and I really do like the idea that like Zoe Lister-Jones's character is like in touch with her younger self and their dynamic. I mean, seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. I love Kaylee Spaney as an actress, so it seems like their sort of back and forth is going to be fun, and her chance to sort of, you know, make amends in her life with certain people, I think can be a really fun idea. I will say the humor is kind of hit or miss for me right now. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to play out, but I think it looks fun. It's definitely a different spin on what we've seen before, and that's something I do overall appreciate. So I'm looking forward to this one.
I have not seen this movie, but didn't Steve Carell already do this? Seeking a Friend for the End of the World.
Oh yeah,
Like I remember the trailer for that vaguely and having just a similar vibe, like, you know, quirky comedy. I'm looking, you know, for people, whatever, man. Yeah, I'm not into this, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm not hating on it. Like, it's a fine trailer, I guess, but I was just watching it like, once again, why the fuck are we talking about this on the movie preview? Like, there's nothing to talk about other than Steve Carell. So meh. Unless it's good,
comes out on
then
your birthday.
yay. Shut up.
Yeah, it looks fine. Whatever. I like the cast, but whatever. It's a movie that exists.
Perfect.
All right, so if you're looking forward to how it ends, it comes out on Jackson's birthday, July 20th. So definitely get excited for that, because it's going to be a great birthday film for him. But the next movie we're talking about is a film that doesn't come out on his birthday. It comes out a couple days after his birthday, but he's still going to introduce it.
Fuck. Yawning because this is going on forever. G.I. Joe Origins Snake Eyes, or Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins, one of the two.
Push boy! Boss wants to see you.
I'm in trouble?
Someone is.
This man betrayed our trust.
Do it. You saved my life. We are going home.
I don't have a home.
Not yours. Mine.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. If I'm being honest, I was surprised because I was not really particularly looking forward to it, because the screenwriters, one of them did The Unholy, fucking Hercules, fucking Huntsman Winter's War. And then there's two other people, but they worked on something. I'm forgetting what they did, but it was also that the director did R.I.P.D. With Ryan Reynolds.
Flight Plan.
Allegiant.
Another one.
What?
Flight Plan. With Jodie Foster.
The director? Oh, you know what? He might have. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's right. Flight Plan, R.I.P.D., Allegiant, and Insurgent. Not the best kind of track record going into it, but I think watching the trailer, I don't know, it feels like this is like a perfect kind of storm of we have an interesting take for the Snake Eyes character in this instance. It looks like, we are actually going in depth to make this a really fun action movie with some exciting stuff. So I've grown a little more excited for it because of the marketing. I can't say I'm fully won over. I'm fully on the Snake Eyes hype train, but I'm able to think about it and go oh yeah, that has potential. I'm excited to see Henry Golding totally kill it. I'm sure he's going to kill it. That's the one thing I'm sure of, because he's a fantastic actor. And Samara Weaving is in it. Or is that Margot Robbie? I don't know. They look so similar. That's a reference to another movie preview. But yeah, great cast.
All right, so Snake Eyes overall, yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the G.I. Joe films up to this point. I have not seen Retaliation, but Rise of Cobra.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I remembered what the other two writers wrote. They wrote Rebecca with Army the Cannibal Hammer. So there you go.
Oh, no.
Another reason why I was not looking forward to it, but go ahead.
All right. I was not a huge fan of the Rise of Cobra at all. I think that movie's pretty bad. So I wasn't very excited for this one. But yeah, the trailers have honestly really won me over. What I like about this film is that they're clearly trying to do something really different here. Obviously, it's focusing a lot more on the Snake Eyes character, but it seems like they're utilizing the hand-to-hand combat aspect a lot more, maybe more of a MMA type film, which I really do like a lot. And the cast here, I mean, besides Henry Golding and Samara Weaving, the one thing that really excites me is Iko Uwais being in this film. I really hope his talents are well utilized here, and this isn't a mile 22 where we see him do all these action moves, but they don't show him doing any of them. I hope that's not the case here. I hope we actually get to see. Yeah, I hope we actually get to see some really good fight choreography from him, because I mean he's one of the best around for sure. I can't wait to see what he's gonna do in this film. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I was very skeptical about this one, but between these two trailers, I gotta say I'm pretty excited for this now. I'm still on the fence because of how those first two films turned out, but I do think this one has a lot more potential than I initially thought. So yeah, color me stoked, I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Snake Eyes. This actually looks really good, really promising. I agree with Jackson. The director himself doesn't necessarily have the best track record, but I will say as far as marketing goes, the direction, the marketing at least, looks like a step up from his other movies that he has directed for sure. So hopefully, I'm hoping for best of wishes with this movie. Henry Golding looks like he'll be definitely a standout here, and it's going to be closely Samara in here. And like you said with Aiko, I hope they actually utilize his talent, unlike with Mile 22. But yeah, really looking forward to this one. Like the cinematography as well. So yeah, let's go, Snake Eyes.
All right, so Snake Eyes, if you're looking forward to it, it does come out on July 22nd. Definitely looking forward, or July 23rd, definitely looking forward to this one for sure. Now, the next movie we're going to be talking about is another one that I think Tony is pretty interested to introduce here.
And that movie is gonna be old because, oh my God, I am so motherfucking old.
Yes!
Play the trailer. Play the trailer.
All right. Thank you, old man. Thank you.
What happened to her, Mom? I don't know.
What happened to her?
Her body has decomposed.
How quickly can that happen?
7 years.
But she just died.
Wait, where are the kids?
Trent!
Kara!
Come here!
Hey, have you seen my children?
Mom? I'm right here.
Dad, why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah, this movie looks wow. The concept of this is just genuinely something that I really haven't seen before. And M. Night Shyamalan is just such a fascinating writer and filmmaker all around. So I'm definitely very excited to see how he's going to handle this concept. My only worry is like maybe the acting can be a little off. Not bad per se, just maybe off. Hopefully that plays better in like what the context of the movie will be, but just marketing wise, it's just not the best. But aside from that, yeah, especially with that full trailer that we got, I'm just like in holy crap mode because it's just such a freaky concept to think about. Yeah, don't really want to say a lot about it, but I'm definitely excited for Old for sure.
Yeah, I am really excited for this movie. I mean, M. Night Shyamalan always has these like weird concepts, and this is perhaps one of the strangest yet, but it's one that's also one of the most intriguing. The idea that this family, goes on this vacation feels like something we've heard about before in like a horror movie, but the idea that this beach is causing them to like age rapidly to the point where they might die like on that beach, I think is a really crazy and like really twisted idea. And I think there's a lot that he can really do with that for sure. The other thing that's interesting is that unlike some of his other films, this one's actually based off of a graphic novel that's called Sandcastle, which I've heard is like really fucking sick and twisted. So like, I don't know how he's going to adapt that here, but I'm excited to see how that turns out. I mean, the cast here is just absolutely phenomenal. Gal Garcia Bernal, Vicky Krieps, Thomas and Mackenzie, Alex Wolff, list just goes on and on from there. I mean, I think this has so much potential behind it. This is one of those trailers, like I get it a lot in theaters, but the more I get it, the more excited I really am for this one. I really don't know how this is going to turn out, and that really does excite me. I don't really know what direction this film is overall going to go in, and considering it's M. Night Shyamalan, I mean, I'm expecting something really weird and different here, so I'm definitely very excited for this one for sure.
M. Night Shyamalan's very talented. I've not read the graphic novel myself. I feel like I heard someone say at one point it didn't get the best reviews, but that's just some guy, so who knows? It might. I don't know. I don't know what the reception was to it. Watching the trailer. It's like, it's an interesting premise, and M. Night Shyamalan, there's a lot of good cinematography in it. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of freaky moments, especially when they have to deal with like the sudden ages that go on. It's just, I think the thing that's kind of holding me back is mostly just the trailer itself. I feel like this is like a hard movie to market, so it's kind of hard to say like it's the movie's fault per se. I don't think it is. I think it's just like,
oops, Didn't mean to do that. I
What the hell?
I don't know what happened there. For those who
This
wish
Wish
me
Me
dead,
Dead. That's a good one.
Playing.
All right. Shit, lost my train of thought. Fuck.
You were saying
when you take certain things out of context in one of his movies specifically, it might not play well in like a short clip of like, we're trying to market the movie, put this clip in. Because like there's certain moments where like, certain people will say a line and it's like, oh, like, I feel like we need another read of that or something like that. I don't know, or maybe it's just the way M. Night Shyamalan's direct them. It might work better in context, though. So I think it's mostly just like a trailer thing. Like, there's one part of like the trailer where they're concerned about someone climbing the cliff, but they never show why they're concerned. They just keep it on the characters going like, "Why is she stopping? Oh my god!" And it's like, "What are you scared of? I can't tell. Like, why is this in the trailer?" I don't know. So I think it's mostly just trailer editing that's throwing me off, but I think it has the potential to be something special, especially since it's a graphic novel that M. Night Shyamalan is surely interested in adapting. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Like, I like M. Night Shyamalan a lot, but, he has had those moments where, he has faltered, and I'm not going to act like he's like a perfect filmmaker just because, he's working with Blumhouse for at least the last three. I think, I like Glass. I think it has a lot of flaws, though. It's like a flawed good movie. But I'm hoping that this is like, hey, this is more in line with like the Visit and Split, like as far as like quality goes. Like, okay, cool. It's not trying to be so much while also faltering in a lot of ways like Glass. At least that's what I hope. Yeah, but I like him a lot, so we'll see how it goes. Yay.
All right, so Old, if you are looking forward to it, it does come out on July 23rd. Definitely very excited for this one for sure. Now, the next one we're going to be talking about, it's a bit of a smaller one, but it is a film that I am definitely interested in discussing, and that is Joe Bell.
Hey, Dad, can I talk to you for a minute? I'm getting picked on by these guys at school.
Why is that?
Because I'm not like them.
It's got to be more than that. Why are you like that?
Because I'm different.
That's not an answer, Jade. No.
Because I'm gay.
We won't let nature take its course, all right? It'll work itself out.
Joe.
What?
It's not gonna work itself out.
You're feeling nervous, aren't you, boy? With your quiet voice.
What about therapy? I don't need therapy, they do.
Tugging on your shirt.
Don't look at us, fag.
Trying to hide inside of it.
You don't know what it's like
Hide how much it hurts.
to muster up the courage to ask for help.
Let 'em.
Yeah, so Joe Bell, this is one that I really did not know all that much about until watching the trailer, but I gotta say, I'm very interested in this one for sure. The one thing that really intrigues me is, the fact that Mark Wahlberg is, is the star of the, is in a more dramatic role here. This is not something that he would normally do, and I really like that because it seems like he's actually going to give a really strong performance here, and I'm excited to see what he really ends up doing in this movie. Yeah, the plot's one we've seen before, where you have this dad that's like disapproving of his son being gay, and then his son ends up committing suicide, and he kind of like reflects on choices that he's made. But it seems like Mark Wahlberg's going to be really good here. Connie Britton seems like she's going to give a good performance, and the kid as well. I mean, I think he is definitely going to do a really good job. So yeah, I'm definitely very interested in this one. I think, there's definitely directions where like if this film goes in a certain way, it could kind of fall flat, but overall, I think this looks pretty solid.
I mean, look, Mark Wahlberg can be good. We've seen it before. Him be good before. And some people involved with this movie like worked on like Brokeback Mountain and some stuff before, so it's like there's like talent for sure backing this. But I don't know. Watching this trailer was kind of like, I don't know how the movie's gonna play out, but I really hope it's not focusing only on the straight dad. That's what I meant to say. The straight dad. His reaction to his son being gay. I would much rather have a story focused from an LGBTQ plus perspective, especially for this, as opposed to, man, I wish that I, as a straight man, got to express my feelings about it to him. It's like, I mean, cool. Like, yeah, it's based on a true story, and it's a very heartfelt story for sure. I've heard some things about it saying like, yeah, there is a heartfelt message there. But I'm just looking at this like, man, I feel like just me personally, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I'm just not that interested. I hope the movie focuses more on Reed Miller, who plays, I believe it's Reed Miller playing his son, because the movie is called Joe Bell, which is Mark Wahlberg. And when it's about Jaden Bell, really, or it should be mostly about him, that's when it gets concerning to me. It starts, a cynical mind starts to think like, oh, this is just Mark Wahlberg's like a performance award vehicle. Like, I'm going to try to get like a fucking Oscar for playing a fucking straight dad who cries about having a gay son who committed suicide. And like, that's all I can think of. And it's like, so there's a cynical part of me that's hoping it's not going to be that, but it must be, because it seems like everything is pointing at it being that. So I'm not really excited for this movie, if I'm going to be completely honest. But if it surprises me, if it turns out, no, actually, Jaden Bell really is a lot of the focus here, and the titling is just fucking stupid or whatever, then okay, cool. But I don't know. I think it just, as far as like what I've heard, like some people have already criticized it for being formulaic, and I'm thinking like, man, we could really use like a different perspective for all the talk of like, we need more diverse voices out there. This would definitely have been an appropriate time for that. And it just seems like they're just focusing on straight dad Mark Wahlberg because Mark Wahlberg wants a fucking Oscar. So, bleh.
Yeah, me personally, I think this looks really emotionally effective. This one I caught out of nowhere. I was just like going through Instagram stories, and then I got the ad for this. I'm like, oh, whoa, Mark Wahlberg in a dramatic role. So I just went ahead and watched the entire trailer from IG Story. Amazing origin right there. But yeah, I was surprised, and I was like, oh, wow, this honestly looks really good. Mark Wahlberg playing this father, and something that I think is a very good representation for the LGBTQ community on top of that. And the performances just look all around strong. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to the movie, and I definitely hope it's something that'll be good because, Mark Wahlberg hasn't really done like a lot of dramatic roles, at least as of lately. So this will be a nice little like breather from those action type movies, especially after Infinite, because holy crap, I hated that movie so much. So I could use hopefully a good hopefully a good Mark Wahlberg movie after Infinite, not too long ago.
All right, so Joe Bell, if you're looking forward to it, it does come out on July 23rd. Very much looking forward to this one for sure, hoping that it's a really good vehicle for Mark Wahlberg. All right, so now we only have a few more movies left. We're almost to the end of this. We're now at July 30th, where Jackson's going to be talking about the next movie that is coming out.
I am? Shit. Hold on.
Yeah,
I see. Oh, shit. Why didn't you tell me, motherfucker, even though you did in this chat that I didn't look at until now? Okay, we're talking about, I'm Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in Jungle Cruise.
My name is Dr. Lily Houghton. My brother and I are looking for passage upriver.
What's out there in the jungle? It's not a fun vacation.
Well, I'm not here for a vacation. Legend has it that there is a tree that possesses unparalleled healing power. It will change medicine forever.
And you need someone to help you find it. Here we go.
Sometimes it just needs a bit of a...
Nobody touches my engine but me. What did I just...
There you go.
There's a part of me that really wants this to be about as fun as like a Pirates of the Caribbean, especially since that series has gone to shit. Thanks, Dead Men Tell No Tales. Fucking awful. So I was really hoping that this could be it. And at least the latest trailer, there was part of me that was like, okay, there might be some fun to be had here. I like the visual look of like a lot of the places they're going in it. I'm excited to see Emily Blunt in this role. I think she's a terrific actress, and I hope that she and Dwayne Johnson have like actual good chemistry. I hope that they actually like become friends in like a natural way, as opposed to like Hobbs and Shaw, where he becomes friends with Jason Statham because, well, they don't really. They just kind of pick on each other a lot, but then ultimately they're like, we're going to fight this guy together. That's right, because power of teamwork, baby. I'm Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. and I'm gonna go lift in the gym real quick. All right. I'm interested to see it, but the first trailer is where I remember a lot of like my issues. Like there's parts where it seemed like Dwayne Johnson's phoning it in. Might be a problem with him working all the time. I don't know. I do wonder how a lot of the CGI will ultimately look, at least for at least a couple like CG characters. Edgar Ramirez, I believe, is the CG person I'm talking about. So we'll see how that goes. Jesse Plemons, though, oh man, I'm excited as hell to see that guy. Oh man, I'm really excited to see that corny man playing German. Oh my gosh, he's gonna kill it. I hope, bro. If he sucks in that, I'm gonna cry because I love Jesse Plemons. I hope he's funny. I hope he's good. I love that man. He should have been Dwayne Johnson. What is Dwayne Johnson doing in this shit? Damn, man.
So Jungle Cruise, it's the new Disney film that's based off.
Wait, I forgot to mention that I'm excited because it's directed by Kwame Colette Serra, who did Unknown, The Shallows, Run All Night, Nonstop. He's a really good action filmmaker. The screenwriters, I don't remember who they were. Might be a little iffy. Oh no, wait, they wrote Focus, which I didn't see, but hey, could be a good movie. Yeah,
mediocre as fuck. Anyway,
never saw it, but yeah.
This film is based off a theme park ride that's apparently 15 minutes long, and the movie's going to be like 2 hours long. So that's great. No, look, this film is in a very similar category to an earlier film we discussed, The Tomorrow War, where I am rooting for this film. I want to be excited for it, and I just can't. I can't for the life of me get excited for this movie because I just think it looks aggressively mediocre. I like Dwayne Johnson. I like Emily Blunt. I think they're going to work well together. But
wait, I just remembered. The other screenwriter did Murder on the Orient Express, Blade Runner 2049, and Logan. All right.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's wow. Anyway, now I see what it's like when I interrupt people. Anyway,
you don't say, motherfucker. Shit.
And anyway, yeah, I just can't get excited for this one. I try all I can to get excited for this film, and it just doesn't happen. I think that you said before Jesse Plemons, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. But other than that, I can't get excited for this film. So unfortunately, yeah, I don't have much to say about Jungle Cruise. I want to be excited, but I'm just not there yet.
Jungle Cruise looks meh. Just very, very flat meh. Doesn't look bad or anything, and it sucks because I do like adventure movies, but the marketing hasn't really impressed me, So, yeah, I hope it'll be a surprise fun Disney movie, but right now I just think it looks very meh. Big fat meh.
Yeah, so Jungle Cruise, if you're looking forward to it, it does come out on July 30th. Hopefully it's, hopefully it turns out to be a surprise, but right now, not doing much for me. However, the next film we're going to be talking about is one that I'm definitely very excited for, and Tony here's going to introduce it.
And that movie is going to be The Green Hornet. No, wait, Green Lantern. No, there you go, The Green Knight.
Ryan Reynolds?
Oh, greatest of kings.
Ryan Reynolds looking
one
different.
Of your knights try to land a blow against me. Indulge me in this.
Wait, that's not Seth Rogen.
I will beat thee.
One year hence.
Oh, look, it's the dad from The Witch.
Yeah, this movie, I am so glad it's finally coming out because, with the pandemic, it's been getting pushed, but I think it genuinely looks like something very, very interesting. This fantasy telling, I'm not really too familiar with the mythology of it, but it definitely looks like it's going to be executed very well. And with David Lowery, who helmed A Ghost Story, something that I really, really love. Hoping that this could be at least a very solid movie right here. And I love Dev Patel's an actor. I think he's one of the most underrated. You also have Joel Edgerton and Alicia Vikander here. Yeah, I love the cast. The cinematography looks really great. And considering this is the most expensive independent film, for what I understand, I hope that it could definitely be something very interesting and not something that's just completely wasted. But yeah, very excited for The Green Knight.
Oh my God, The Green Knights. I am so excited for this film. This is another one that, like, back when the pandemic was a thing and things were, I mean, the pandemic is still a thing, but like back when movies were getting delayed, like left and right, this was another one that, like, I was really devastated wasn't coming out. But I'm glad that A24 said, like, this is a film that needs to be seen in theaters. We're keeping it as that, because this film looks like everything that I want to see when I go to see a movie in theaters. I mean, it looks like the definition of an epic. I don't know a ton of what this movie's really about. I've only watched the teaser. I decided not to watch the full trailer because I want to kind of go into the movie not knowing a ton about it overall. But I mean, the cast here is just phenomenal. The look and feel of everything. I am so excited to see how this one turns out. And David Lowery at the helm. I mean, it gets me so excited for this film. Honestly, my most anticipated of the entire month. I don't have a ton to say about it because, like I said, I don't know a lot about what this film really is all about. I'm kind of trying to be like the Nightingale, where I go into and I don't know a ton. But yeah, definitely very excited for this one. Very much my most anticipated of the month.
Oh my God, The Green Knight. So yeah, this movie looks amazing. When I first watched the trailer, I was like, okay, new A24 movie. What's this about? David Lowery, kind of, I don't know. I need to rewatch A Ghost Story. I remember thinking it was all right, but just like it wasn't for me at the time. Old Man with the Gun is decent. Pete's Dragon, he did that, right? Movie. Then watching this trailer, I was like, whoa, this just skyrocketed to one of my most anticipated of the whole year of 2020, because it looks so fucking amazing. Like, this is A24 shit. They spent a lot of money on this one. And then even the second trailer, they show off a lot more of like the beautiful world. And it's like, oh my God, that I can't get over that one part in the trailer where he's like on that little rock platform and there's just fucking giants walking around. I was like, fuck, as a visual that is striking. And I love it. I love that Ralph Ineson is playing the tree thing. I don't know a lot about the actual like story itself that it's based on, if I'm going to be completely honest, but that's why I'm excited to see this movie. I want to see the story play out in David Lowery's exact execution. I want to see what they do with this movie. It looks really fucking cool. So I'm very, very excited to see this motion picture called The Green Hornet. Green Lantern.
All
Sorry.
right.
I mean, Green Knight. My bad. I didn't.
A lot of greens. But if you are looking forward to this screen, which is The Green Knight, it does come out on July 30th. Definitely very excited for this one. Now we have one more movie to talk about here that is coming out on July 30th, and it of course is Stillwater.
The day you left for Marseille, I drove to the airport. I went to the gift shop and I saw this necklace. It was gold, said Stillwater on it. I thought it'd be a little piece of home to take with you.
Some folks are born made to wear the flag.
You're in Marseille for vacation?
Visiting my daughter.
You're the father of the girl, the American student?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I don't have a ton to say about Stillwater overall. I think this looks okay for the most part. I love Tom McCarthy as a director, but this film overall doesn't really look like anything that great, like Matt Damon, like Abigail Breslin, but it's just not really grabbing me. So yeah, it looks fine.
Wow, that was quick as shit. Amazing. The thing is, I don't remember a single fucking thing in this trailer, and I've seen it at least twice. Not recently. I saw it when it first came out, and then I saw it in theaters. So I was like, oh yeah, Stillwater. It's good I'm watching it in the theater so I can completely absorb this knowledge of what the movie's about, and I forgot about it again. So sorry. I don't think it paints a good picture as far as like my interest in it, because it really isn't grabbing me, if I'm going to be honest. I know that there are some talented people backing this, and Matt Damon, he looks good. Abigail Breslin, good, fine actors in this movie. It's just, I don't know. I think it might be one of those things where it's like, well, actually watch the movie. It's pretty intense or really good or whatever. And it's like, oh, that was right. The trailer was just, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Trailer's just boring, whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't have much to say. I wish we were talking about Midnight in the Switchgrass with Megan Fox, though. Now, that shit looked fucking amazing. Better than Stillwater.
Stillwater looks pretty good. Not a whole lot to add just because it's not something I'm too familiar with, but Matt Damon looks really good. And Abigail Breslin, it's been good seeing her slowly do more stuff after, Zombieland Double Tap. So, yeah, looks good overall to me, and I hope it's exactly that whenever I watch it.
All right, and if you guys are looking forward to Stillwater, it does come out on July 30th. And with that, guys, we are done here. Those are all the films that are coming out in July. But before we do wrap things up, I am going to give Tony decided to come on camera for right at the last second. But before we do wrap things up here, I'm going to give both of my guests a chance to do their little outros. If they stop fucking mocking me, starting off with this fucker.
Yeah, thanks for having me, even though I did not want to be here. I'm fucking tired. I'm hungry. It's literally 10:58. I guess I'll go eat now. Fuck. Man, we started this like 2.5 hours ago. Shit. I'm starving. Yeah, if you like me here for whatever reason, if you're insane, you can follow me on my YouTube channel or you can follow me on Twitter. It's that fucking you know where it is. You can follow me on Letterboxd too. It's where I do snarky little film posts on there. They're not really reviews. They're just snarky posts about movies I watch, or sometimes admiring posts. Depends on the movie, if I'm going to be honest. That's it? Yeah, that's it. All right. See ya. Fuck you, Kevin. See ya.
All right. And also, 22TigerDude. Tony, what do you want to say? Oh. Oh, that's it. You're muted.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, my camera's been off because I've been eating my cheesecake, so I'm sure people don't want to see me eat cheesecake during this. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun doing this, my man. Thank you so much. And of course, it's gonna be cool to be doing this, celebrating my birthday, thing with Jackson, because we pretty much have the same birthday, but a week apart. So yeah, very cool to do this with you, Kevin, as well with you, Jackson. And yeah, just thank you a lot, my man. And a toast, because it's been my first appearance here in 1.5 years. So Tiger Power.
Yes.
Yo, you want to say that in unison for the outro? All three of us?
No, that's the wrong channel. That's the wrong channel. All right. Anyway, other than that, that's really it for this movie preview. As always, guys, comment down below. Let us know what movies you guys are most looking forward to in July. We will see you guys in our next video, and we will see you guys for that. Okay, bye. Don't fucking sing the outro. Jesus Christ.